All right. And we are getting double here. Why are we getting double? One sec. Okay. Why is this happening? Welcome, Jedi Academy. Give me a second. Should not be doing that. Okay, still doing it. What the hell? Uh, best. Oh, still doing it. That's really weird. It's doing okay, there we go. Not sure why that was doing that, but I think I figured it out, so we should be okay. Yeah. I had to go back in and look at this, like, what the f is going on here? No, it looks like it was it Windows updated, turns everything back on, and we are hosed. And it was doing that, so we should be good to go. You guys should still be able to hear me. We should be up and running, and we are. Okay, there we go. It's all right. Technical shit happens all the time. It's totally cool. It's cool. Welcome to Jedi Academy, the stream where we hang out with you wonderful and amazing folks and just answer all your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'll get into how the format works here in a second. Sorry, I was having a little bit of technical difficulties getting double feedback on the sound, which I was not prepared for, but these things happen. Good morning to everybody. And this is basically a show where we're going to spend the next couple of hours answering any questions you have about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And it's pretty simple, the format. If you have a question that you want to pose to myself or any of the panelists that come on here, all you have to do is put the word question in front of your actual question, comment, or statement you want us to respond to, and we'll respond to it. It's pretty simple. Had a great time last night with Ram and Heinze, as is tradition. And you can go back and check other streams out on Twitch and Kick. So we did that last night, and so yeah, we'll do Jedi Academy. And there'll be no other streams this weekend. There's no D&D this weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend, so don't forget to get stuff for your moms on Mother's Day and wish your mothers a happy Mother's Day tomorrow, which is what I will be doing. There will not be another lore video because of that. I completely forgot. The previous week, last weekend, I was busy trying to get that damn costume put together, and I had some other stuff I had to do, so I wasn't available to do it. And then I forgot tomorrow's Mother's Day, and I'm like, yeah, not the best day to try to record a lore video. Yeah, that's how men die. so, uh, so there you go. Anything else? No, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. This is YouTube. The other thing for YouTube is we'll always keep Jedi Academy here. The Wednesday night show I will be downloading on Thursdays on YouTube and Twitch. I have to wait 24 hours. Now, Twitch, I think I can do the VOD immediately. So I'll have to try to remember to immediately pop the VOD on Twitch because a lot of you guys want to listen back to it. And that's just me waiting for it to process. But sometimes it takes longer than normal. But I will try to do better on that. And then Thursday nights will be the replay of the Wednesday night stream. So I'll have that up for you guys. The other lore videos are out. If you haven't checked them out on Amazon or Podbean, they're out on podcast form. If you go to the links in the lore videos, you can go there. You can download those. Those help you out a lot as well. Yeah, what else? Any three? It is what it is. You wake up in the morning if there's an update that's hit, and I checked, and I was just checking the sound and everything before it. Everything looked like it was ready to go, but since I popped it in for some reason, the audio and stuff was all diarrhea. So we figured it out. We got it squared away, and so we're good. So yeah, good morning to everybody. I didn't do my GAC last night mainly because I was watching Ram just suffer so incredibly much, and that's worth every penny. So, and it's 3v3. I probably just do mine off book, because I'll do this stream and then chill for the rest of the day. Last time I did this, last Saturday, I did GSC in Discord. Nobody really wanted to watch it there. I was like, okay, that's fine. So we'll do that. But we won't do that. I'll just do it off book, offline. With those weekends that I'm doing with Ram, it's like, let's focus on watching Ram rage, and that's all that matters. Well, let's see who's in chat. We got Ronan Zai. Yeah, I know the sound was a little funky. All the sunfly, the best sunfly in the beach. Oh, did I put I didn't do the right Zoom call here. Give me a second. Let me try this again. All right. There we go. That's the right one. I don't know why I did this. And I'm having all kinds of fun times today. Sandfly says, I'm away on a different beach and island. Island of Sandfly. So yes. Hello. Good morning to everybody. Fatality says, hey skewers, it's great to be here. Oh yeah. It changes to the crate rate and stuff. Which I was happy to see. I was happy to see CG say, hey, we apologize, we got this wrong. We're gonna move some stuff around for rewards and stuff. Hey, if anybody can say they messed up, they give them props. And I think CG did the right thing. Then they try to pull this thing where they were like, "Hey, we're gonna do a new the new for the $29.99 pack for Conquest. We're gonna give you deployable closed systems and everything like that, but it's not an um, actual data disk. It's one of those temporary buffs. I think you get it for 3 turns. I'm like, that's not gonna entice people to buy that crap more. If you'd actually had the deployable cooling system data disk in there where if people pay $30, it would help them get through Conquest faster, which we keep talking about. And we've talked about this for years on this channel. People pay for time. They don't have to spend that time that you make them try to spend in the game. That's why they do it. Less time, spending for them is like, that's less time I have to farm. That's less time I have to work on this. I can focus on the stuff that I want to focus on. CG really wants you to be in Conquest playing that game. They really do. So I think it's a missed opportunity for CG. But again, I give CG credit for the previous statement. They looked at the crate raid, and they made some adjustments with more maybe to come in the future. I think it was the right call. And so yeah. Yeah, Samfly's like, I can't wait to rent my next character. That's right. What else? 3 says, if you could sim any node, you 3-starred and get the fleets completed by doing simming, I'd pay $30 for that. Yeah, I mean, some people will pay that, but I mean, it's still not worth it, in my opinion. I mean, $30, but you get deployable cooling systems in quotation, but it's not a data disk. These are just a couple temporary buffs that you can get for your journey. But when you have to do 40 fights and all the other stuff that you got to do with the feats and everything else, it's like, okay, it's still not worth it. I'm not paying $30. I still think the $9.99 pack is fantastic because it gives you another track of rewards. Rewards are solid. Even though I don't like Conquest, I can still say that the pack is very much worth it. So yeah, I'll get the $9.99 pack every time, but I'm not going to spend money on for $30 for stamina that doesn't regen fast enough and energy that doesn't regen fast enough. I still end up having to use crystals. I've actually gone in and gotten the $30 pack once, and I'm like, not worth it. It's totally not worth it. All right, so make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Think about becoming a Patreon. If you haven't thought about becoming a Patreon, I'm going to do a big Patreon push here soon. That's what's allowing us to do all this other cool stuff, and allowing us to do a lot of the different things that you guys are seeing us do. Your support as patrons are very much appreciated. You get a lot of benefits for being a Patreon. And so $5 a month or more can support the channel. Feel free to check it out. It's in the description of the video. So if you haven't thought about becoming a Patreon, please do. Again, get your questions in. Good morning, lovely Desi. Just says, good morning, folks. Desi's awake. She's alive. She's here. Jason Hobby says, word to the mothership. Word indeed, my friend. Glad to have you here. Contingent, there he is. Says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Contingent. So yeah, there was a lot of news this week. Changes and stuff. I mean, the Great Dragon Raid is fine for what it is. I'm cool with it. Like, there are changes in the stuff, so we'll see how it plays out from here. So there you go. So yeah, if you have any questions or things you want to discuss, again, the format is, if you have a question or anything like that, put the word question for any actual question, comment, or statement. Put that into the chat. We'll get it scooped up. We'll get it read. We'll respond to it, and that's what it is. We're a straight Q&A show. This is what the Jedi Academy is for. So yeah. I didn't do Jedi Academy. I think I did Jedi Academy we didn't do it last week. Just because I was taking a weekend off, but we'll have like 3 or 4 straight weeks of Jedi Academy, and you guys squared away. Now, as I said, we'll keep Jedi Academy on YouTube. So there you go. On top of everything else, we're loading all the other content up on YouTube for you guys from all the stuff we're doing on Twitch. So. Stan Flash says, question, I was surprised just how quickly they fixed the entire economy of the raid, given the time to take further change. Do you think they made an initial mistake? Yeah, they even said so in their post. It didn't hit where they thought it was going to hit. I mean, I don't know for sure. We will never know for sure. We can only go based off what they say, right? We don't have any other intrinsic evidence otherwise. But the way we talked about this on Monday this past week. After the initial numbers kind of came out, and we can figure out what was going on. So out of roughly the 380,000 to 400,000 players, only 3,000 were what we were breaking even, like getting enough, getting 130 million or more from the raid to where they were breaking even. And on top of that, the percentage of players out of that 3,000 that were getting better, like the next level, the 200 million, whatever it was number, it was even a way smaller percentage. And what was happening is, after the initial run of the crate raid, and people were seeing that the rewards were basically poo-poo, because it was really the stuff where they couldn't get any of the higher end stuff that they needed. And you had to hit a certain mark, and again, predicated by the fact that you needed Hut Cartel and all this other stuff. A lot of people were looking at guilds going, why bother doing this? Well, we can just go do the Heroic Sith raid. And you saw a whole bunch of flips, vast majority of the flips of the community going to do the Heroic Sith raid, because they can get some more of those other tokens. And, they figured that was easier. And instead of trying to deal with not having some of the teams and trying to get the best score in Hut Cartel, wasn't worth it for them. CG saw that immediately and realized that the reason people were doing that is because they weren't getting the rewards that they were getting previously. And so I think CG had an idea, but they completely missed the mark. That's why they apologized. That's why they changed it to where it's more front loaded, so people can get some of those rewards. And I think it was the right move. Hey, the engineer and engine number 7 going choo choo. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since I did Jedi Academy, but yeah, I mean, I think CG did the right thing. I'm happy with what they did. Not for myself. I was already in that 3,000, so it didn't really affect me. But you guys know I don't give a shit what's going from just me. I'm thinking what's best for the game and the community, and I like that they did the changes and they apologized. So you gotta give credit to CG for that. Now, some people can debate: is it enough? Is it what we wanted? You can have those discussions. Maybe it's not enough, but I mean, it's better than it was. and because the previous iteration, the first iteration of the crate raid was no bueno. So yeah, I give him credit for that. Carl Kopich, what's going on? It's this question: what is the best use for Malgus for someone who doesn't have Dark Revan Malak? Better running with Treya, or is it better running with Mara Jade Savage with Treya? You can use I mean, you can use Malik in a lot of ways. You can use Malik with C as like your tank you go in for offense because he's really good at with the fears and stuff. You can run him with the other teams. He's one of those pieces. If you don't have Darth Revan, sorry, Malgus. I keep saying Malik. If you have Malgus, you can throw him on a bunch of stuff. I mean, if you don't have Darth Revan Malik, the team in threes you can run is it's not it's beatable, but I mean it's Malgus, Talon, and what's the other one on that? Marauder. But yeah, you can use him on a bunch of teams. If you want to use him with Mara Jade and Emperor Palpatine, do it. If you want to use him with you know, C as your tank for threes or fives for offense, you can use him there. He's a flex character for he's a tank and he's a Sith, so you can use him in quite a few teams outside of Darth Revan Malik, uh, and you'll be fine. Yeah, he's just a solid tank. Now, when it comes to Trey, you're asking, is it better to run Savage with Treya? Or Jade Savage with Treya? That is a team I kind of prefer. For threes, you can go Trey, Nihilus, and Savage is actually a better tank than Sion. But if you want to use Savage in another team, you can. I'm trying to remember what I'm running in threes with Mara Jade. I think I'm going EP Mara, and I think what did I run with that? Sith Empire Trooper. But you could run him there if you wanted to, especially if you've got the Mara Jade Datacron. That's a really tough team to get around. So yeah, really, really good. Cashmere question: am I the only one who is already bored with the raid? I feel like we are stuck on one phase without any accepting in another phase. It's just a GP team hit, man. I mean, so to get the higher scores, I think we've figured out the mechanics. I mean, I ran both the Hut Cartel and the Mall team this week, showing people how the best just for the ideal teams on that because is working. The thing is to get a higher score, they have to be relic 8. Like mine are, I've got a couple that say like Hut Cartel, like Boba Fett and Jabba that are relic 8, but the others are relic 7. So I can't do the 2.7 relic 8 one to get a higher score. And that's CG saying if you want to get better rewards, you know, you're going to have to invest in relics, which I'm not going to do right away because in my account right now, I've got Reva coming up on Thursday of this week, upcoming, and I need all materials and stuff going to Reva because we just know how dirty and nasty she is. She's amazing. And then I've got, on top of that, my crystals are going toward finishing up Marin and getting the last two characters up ready for Cal Kestis. So, I mean, the incentive is to get higher rewards to get more of that tier 3 new loot, but it's not a big push because if you're getting to 130 million plus, you're getting into a decent amount where you can slowly start getting, you know, that Relegate 9 materials. And you get a lot of the other materials that you can use now. So, yeah. Well, hello, Michael W. Hunterton III from Her Majesty's Secret Gaming Service. Glad to have you here, oh boy. Question, sorry, meant to say Talon Savage for Treya. Is that the best for 5v5 with Treya? Treya, I typically, yeah, I use Talon with Treya. I'll go Talon, Sion, Nihilus, Treya, and then Savage as well, just to have the second tank. It's a potent 5v5 team. So in fives, yeah, that's because you don't really need Talon if you have Sith Empire. Now, you don't really have Sith Empire, so you're not even going to try to form the team. So I would just save your Malgus for your C counter. So run the other, you know, your Sith Triumphant with Talon and Savage, and then you can have your C with Malgus as your tank. And if you can have another tank on there and throw Watt in there, you can go take on a lot of good stuff and get some good scores. So hopefully that answers your question, Carl. until you get Darth Revan and them up and running, because the Sith Empire team is a very nasty team, and they're very much difficult to deal with. Hello, Mike. All right, keep your questions coming in. Good stuff. You you can, but I mean to punch up a little bit, sandflies and fives, depending on who you're running it against. Uh, you have to. You do want talent and Savage in there, just because. Let's say you're using it against Riva, you want that extra tank in there, and you want talent in there to protect, say, Freya. So you can run them short, right? There's always chances and trends where you can just run the triumphant against teams without a doubt. But I like to have those two in my back pocket for offense, because to say I'm trying to hit up, say, against like a Riva or something along those lines, I'm going to need every little bit of firepower I'm going to get against that team. You on your TOD? What do you TOD? Mike, I don't speak English. English. What the hell do you mean? I'm on Zoom, if that's what you mean. Oh, that means alone. I don't speak English. English. Uh, well, right now, but you guys know it is. People will pop in if they want to. Fatality. I don't speak Britannia. All right. I think I'm Canadian. Uh, yeah. Right now, you know, it is. Hey, I've done it before. Jedi Academy all by myself, and just answer your guys' questions and stuff. That's what the whole point of Jedi Academy is. I mean, the purpose is a lot of content creators come on here, but typically what happens is content creators, when they can, um, will pop in when they're ready to, and that's okay. I mean, they have an open invitation. If they want to jump in, they're more than welcome. It doesn't bother me one bit. If they want to, if they got the time, and it is difficult. It is Mother's Day weekend, so there could be a lot of stuff going on. Um, so I'm totally cool with that. Yeah, I know what else went through. I'm like, who the hell is what is Todd? Ugh. Like they think I'm going to know what that means. Oh goodness. So yeah, keep your questions coming in. Whether I'm here with a panel, bunch of people. I mean, we've had Jedi Academies where we've had a buttload of people, and we've had them where we've had a couple, and then some where it's just me. You know, weekends are the way they are. Um, and it's early in the U.S. for people Mountain West Coast that are just waking up. You know, I didn't even have their coffee yet. So yeah, yeah, Relic 9 Todd next. Get away from me, Todd. God, I don't want to Relic 9 you. The old Todd trick. I'm not gonna fall for that crap. Yeah, I'm not Relicing 8 or 9, nothing. The only thing I'm doing is Riva. I'm taking her up because she's a tank. To Relic 8. I'm not taking her to 9. Would like to take her to 9. Little terrified. I might, yeah, you know what? I am going to take her to 9. I talked to Karth about this the other day because I was like, yeah, but we got the Sith League coming up, and I'm got a sneaky suspicion that there's going to be some Relic 8 or 9 on that. So I was like, do I hoard, just take Riva to 8? But she's so good, so I'm like, all right, you convinced me. I'm going to take her to 9. Tanks are one of those, especially a character as good as Riva. That's when you just go, yeah, I got to take her to 9. Yeah. Yeah. Fatality with a question that's not Todd related says, question, are jars worth gearing for the raid? I started ages ago when they announced it, and now they are all gear 12. They are horrible gear farm. Wondering if I should continue. Well, before we answer this question, it looks like Michael W. Huntington III from His Majesty's Secret Gaming Services has graced us with his presence here on the Great English Gaming Channel. Mike, what's going on, buddy? Mike,
I thought I'd jump on and you were on your Todd. I was like, that's not right.
That's
So I
not.
thought I
Oh,
would pop on for moral support.
uh,
Gaming information is
well, you don't have to
probably
do it just for
quite.
that reason. You know, you have an open invitation, you psycho. Anytime you want to jump on, man.
Oh, cheers. It's
But you know that,
yeah.
man. How did you forget
No,
that?
no. I hadn't forgotten that. It was I haven't felt good enough to, if that makes
Well, no, I know
sense.
that, but I mean,
But
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I'm hopeful, mate. I'm touching wood, which probably means something different in America. But I am literally touching something that was grown out from a tree, wood,
yes.
and
That's
and
usually how that
hoping
works.
that I might have actually turned a corner.
Well, you got to knock on wood. See, I just did it for you. It's not
Ah,
touching wood.
well,
Here in the
yeah,
U.S., it's
yeah.
knock on wood.
No, we touch wood. Hug,
Yeah.
yeah. If you
Uh,
want good luck, hug a tree.
I
Just don't do it
mean,
while you're
Mike,
driving.
if Swery or Dancy came in and said we were touching wood last night, I don't think you would have the same response that you're having right now.
Oh, oh, oh. You don't get income from this and having people
No,
swear and stuff, do you?
no, not on YouTube. Yeah, so
You- Okay.
why?
Yes, sir. I'm
Well,
off too.
we can. It just depends on the limited damage. Why? Is Swery lurking somewhere?
Yeah, I'm just
No.
wondering. I've got my headphones in, so I don't know whether
Yes,
or not you're
yes.
gonna
Get ready for
pick her
the
up
beat button. Yeah.
because
No.
I'm
Oh
I'm
no.
noise cancelling. But so you're gonna have to give me feedback now. Do you want to say hello to YouTube?
Oh, hey, YouTube.
Be
Can
good,
you hear her?
Swery. I swear to Christ.
Naturally, of
He
course.
can hear you.
Of course, he can fucking hear me.
God.
I've hopped on. He's
Why?
all on his Jack Jones, so I thought, I'll pop on and say hello, mate. I
Use
can't talk
bloody
about
or
the
some
game
English
really,
swear
but
words. Christ almighty.
oh, he wants English swear
Yeah,
words.
don't drop F-bombs, Swery. Come
What's
on,
an English
man.
word?
Yeah, yeah. And F-bombs are
American.
American.
Oh.
Yeah. So where are we going? To the sea?
The English swear words. Well, fuck a duck. That's all I know, but that's
That's
like
Yeah.
that's the
fuck.
same
That's still fuck.
thing.
Yeah. I suppose he's talking more bollocks and stuff, isn't he?
Well,
Oh, bloody hell. Is that
Yeah.
where's my
Yeah.
monetization level?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
bollocks? I'd never say that.
Yeah. No, I used to say bollocks a lot.
Yeah, you did.
There's a cover of an album as well, No Minor Bollocks with the Sex Pistols,
Bollock
which is a pretty good
chops.
album, actually.
That
Yeah.
is a good
Yeah.
album.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday is probably the
Yeah,
biggest.
but
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Well, say
Well, that
goodbye
just
to
happened.
Ranger
Thanks,
and
Swery. Yeah,
skewers.
yeah. Don't drop any more F-bombs.
No,
Stay
you're
with it,
not on
Swery.
camera.
Jesus
Oh, do you want to
Christ.
be on camera?
Yeah, put her on camera. Give me revenge. Get her ass. Yeah, get revenge because she just dropped two F-bombs on my thing. Yeah, put the camera on. Tell her this is from Ranger. Love from Ranger. I could be a
I
dickhole
couldn't
too.
do that to her.
Oh, she can drop
Uh,
F-bombs on my channel and give
yeah,
me
I'm attached to my anatomy.
yeah. Puss.
Yeah, yeah, I openly admit it. Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
big old
But
puss.
yeah, there you go. Bit of sweary.
Damn it.
Yeah. So what's happening in Star Wars then?
Yeah, so let's talk Star Wars. What else? 73 question from Mike. What happens in England if you actually do have an uncle named Bob? You have to use another uncle. Instead of saying if you're near Bob, you can't say Bob's your uncle. Does that get confusing? What he wants to.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Or you just switch it around, you say. Or not switch it around. Then it's and then Robert is your father's brother.
Oh, there you go. See?
Yeah. It still equals Bob's your uncle.
Ooh, LBC Rob says little hungover. I was at the Lakers game last night. Lucky you, man. Very nice. Robert is your uncle. We've initiated new English slang here. Sweaty infiltrated my question. We were talking about Jawas. I don't know, Mike. I mean,
Sweaty.
yeah. It was a little
I'm gonna
sweaty.
say it takes so much pleasure telling her she's now known as Sweaty.
Oh,
Oh,
I
thank
bet it
you for
wasn't
that.
cheap, Rob. I bet your ass it wasn't cheap. Um, Jawas in the raid. I find so the two teams you've got Hut Cartel and Mando.
300 auto and done.
It's really they're not very good, dude. Even at high relics, I'm just not seeing high scores. It's like it's like the Old Republic. It's just you're just trying to get any score out of it. But I mean, I went into the Old Republic team and I couldn't do. I mean, it's like why am I bothering? You know,
Well,
Mandos you
you
can
know,
crush it. Java you can crush it, but those other teams, I haven't done Tuscans. I don't know where your Tuscans are at, but I heard Tuscans do pretty decently. But the other two, well,
there's a massive caveat you need to throw into that.
throw it in there because we need to let the people. We need to let the
Relic
peppers know.
7,
Yeah,
Relic 7 Tuscans do well. You have to R7 all of them to actually do well with them. And that's just like,
I know.
yeah, -3, 4, and 5 at the moment.
Yeah, so
And
you have to.
that's where they're staying.
Yeah, same thing with in Old Republic, you have the cleanse from Jedi Knight Revan and stuff. So, but you can do okay with them. But Jawas, but even the Old Republic team is like, you know.
So, yeah. But this is, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll venture into it and you can shut me down because it's not interesting, whatever. But
When's that
I've
stopped us
discovered over
before?
the past, yeah, I've discovered over the past year that I'm neurodivergent. I've always known about I'm dyslexic, dyspraxic, and so on, but I've actually learned more, and I'm discovering more about me. And one of the things is the moment. Maybe this is unfair of me to even ask, but
Go for it.
conquest. What's the difference between conquest and raid?
Well, with the raid, it's just
You
five back.
predominantly use 5 teams, and you
Go
go in
in,
and
do
do
your
the same
thing, and you're
shit
out. Yeah,
over and over again. It's the same thing. It's the same thing against a different background,
yeah.
and that's a
Conquest,
little
yeah.
bit disappointing. That there's,
Well, Karth just
you
showed
know,
up. Karth, you want to help our guildie there, Michael W. Huntington the third. Scott Max's Gaming Secret Service about what's the difference. I mean, so for me, I'll answer real
oh,
quick. But Karth, you give your insights on this. The raid, you go in, and once we figure it out, you're just for me, it's like one or two battles, get the max score, and then get the hell out of there. And I don't mind the
hmm.
raid, and I can take the rewards and do shit with it. Conquest just gives me diarrhea, man, because I can't stand it. It's just repetitive bullshit nonsense. It's just these feats drive me up the wall because it's like do 40 battles of this and do some, and then when we
Yeah.
do find a cheese, they get rid of it really quick, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to actually really do this. 40 fractures or win 40 battles with this team. And so, yeah, I don't know. Karth, give your thoughts. I don't know if you've had your coffee yet, but feel free to
I'm
chime in
working
here.
on it.
Yeah.
I mean, so the raid structure that they have now, I do agree it's gonna fade out very quickly because it's not like it's gonna take us a lot of time to max it.
Oh,
It's just gonna take time for us to it's gonna take more time for me to RA all the 5 factions than it is gonna take for me to get the strategy down to max out the points in the raid.
right.
But to a degree, I do like the direction they're going with the raids because while it's not as exciting as like Sith was or soloing the Sith raid and stuff like that, it's drastically cutting down the time and drastically increasing the flexibility of doing raids.
Yeah.
And it should, to a degree, give CG more flexibility on creating raids, so we shouldn't be 4 years in between a
Is
raid.
it just my roster, or do we need one more character
For what?
What?
for raid?
What do you mean?
Well, I played the teams, and I seem to end up with 4 remaining, which says to me we need one more character.
It's not. I don't know. I mean, so we were just talking about this. Karth, you can jump on this bandwagon. The Hutt
Sure.
Cartel and Mandos do good work. The other
Mhm.
teams, besides we just talked about Relic 7 Tuscans.
Well,
Hmm.
so the Tuscans, it's a certain modding strategy. The Discord that I'm a part of, they've damn near ironed it out. People are getting fairly consistent max reds with the Tuscans now.
Is that the great one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to have a butcher's. That's a
The
look.
it's
Sorry, I
it's it's a
realise I'm talking a foreign language here.
it's all right. No, the potency, it's potency modded on like 3 of the characters, and then like tons of speed on Chieftain and making really slow. Well, the slowest, I guess is a better way of saying that. Not really slow, but the slowest. But there's a strategy behind it, and that's the thing. It's just taking time. The only one that I can't see working. I mean, I have seen somebody post an over 2 million score with Jawas, but again, it's strategy. It's just it's just you have to be modded a certain way, it's a certain turn order that you got to do, and once it gets ironed out, a lot of people will just be able to replicate the results and get fairly close to max scores. I mean, people are getting Relic 7 max scores with Maul Mandos now with a little bit of modding changes and stuff like that.
I
So I
saw
mean,
hits 8 million. Whoa.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was impressive. That's
yeah.
dedication.
I honestly, I literally was like, I did my cartel like the first day it went live, and then like 2 days later was like, oh, well, we haven't hit the 130 million crate. I should put a few more points towards this,
Yeah.
and I quit caring. I just like, but I mean, it's kind of nice because the new structure is better than the old one to a degree. It's better for the guild as a whole versus as the individual. You could earn more raids if you were participating at the top end of raiding. But if you didn't have time, or your guild's kind of like ours, where we have international players, and so we're constantly changing the raid time, and so it's like once every 2 weeks the raid launches at 5 p.m. for me, and I'm able to hit it. But most time I'm either asleep or it's the middle of my workday, and I don't have 20 minutes to go solo the Sith raid. So, I mean, it's an improvement. The only thing I don't like about the raid is if they if they move the goalpost too forward too far too fast, or don't give a reason to do like other raids, then what's the point? Like, that's the thing I'm curious about, because if all raids now give this currency, the only thing you're going to do by introducing new raids is adding new currency, which then unlocks new stuff, right? So that's the only way to push forward on some of that stuff. So the structure is a little interesting, but I think overall the idea of going to tokens was very good, because it's a lot more pick and choose. I'm able to go, hey, I would like to just get a crap load of Carbontes, because that's what I need right now. I am below 300. I would love to be above 800 again, because you got characters coming down that you need, and you can go to the store of a couple days and get a couple hundred, no problem. You're not waiting for a month worth of rewards to get back up to that level.
Right.
So there are a lot of advantages to what that is, but the only reason why I think Conquest is so taxing on the individual is it would be one thing if it was just doing the event, but it's not. It's needing to farm the mats. And I think that's where it becomes a chore, because it's not that I can just say piss it, I don't really want to do Conquest today. I'm gonna go get tanked with my friends all day, and then I'll come back tomorrow in my hungover state when I don't leave my bed, and I'll do some Conquest battles. It's like, no, if you don't do your
Consistently.
refreshes, you just pissed away so many resources for Datacrons.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like where you have to play, otherwise you fall so far behind. And I think that's kind of the problem that I see with a lot of Conquest, is it's a game mode that not only is important to keep up with the current meta of characters, it's important to keep up with the meta of the PvP aspect of the game. And that's what's really, and then it's a proverbial gun to your head. You have to play it. You can't ignore it unless you don't care about PvP, and you're in a guild that doesn't care about PvP. You just can't sidestep it. And I think that's what drives a lot of players batty, is just I have to play for 14 days straight.
That's why people are
You
paying
know,
other people.
an hour plus a day on Conquest. And I think that's just to the point of like, ah.
Adahan, we'll get to some more questions here. Just to warn you guys, I saw a heli greeting in the chat, so I'm sure he's lurking at work, and we're
Spartans!
Adahan224, good morning. Says question: what's the point of the personal track non-raid? Seems next to empty. Higher tiers. Well, you start getting into those as you progress. It's front loaded with all the stuff before, right? But now I don't
It's easy.
Yeah.
They honestly, what they did is they front loaded. They moved the Mark III tokens from the tail end of it, so you'd have to max the thing to get decent Mark IIIs out of it, and they moved them towards the front and a few Mark IIs. The whole reason why they moved the rewards around was solely to get the relic materials more readily available to the player base. So that's why the stuff got shifted down in the reward track, and it also got shifted down in the personal track, is because otherwise players were on average per raid getting less arrow magnifiers than they were in C pit, and it didn't make sense. So it's a shift, but on CG's end is their calculation for tokens didn't need to change. They just needed to change on when you access them. So yeah, the personal track is kind of a joke right now, but as I told a guildmate earlier, it is probably the best thing that happened to the players who only have one or two teams to throw at this raid.
Yes.
Because you no longer need to post 6 million damage to get a couple hundred Mark II. You know, you'll knock that out at 1 million damage. You know, so in honesty, it is probably a really great thing that happened for the players when they made that shift. It just makes the personal track feel less rewarding, but at the same time, you no longer need to try, and you just need to hit your guild average, right? Like for our guild to hit 1.3, everyone's got to get it's like a couple million points to, you know, basically one hot cartel run.
Yeah,
and we're done. And so I think it's a good spot because it takes a lot of pressure off of needing to perform really well, but then you don't have to spend like, oh my god, I gotta take 40 characters to R8 in the next 6 months, or I'm never gonna get arrow magnifiers again. So I think overall,
But you're already doing that for rote, so
yeah, and you wouldn't, because you couldn't keep getting. You'd be getting the 2 to 6 every other week from TW.
Right.
That'd be it.
Well, let's go to the next question here. From BD says question: raid type Death Star battle in the new TV or other raid type combat mission? I think we'll see it.
Like other raids, like.
Well, let's talk about like he's talking about a Death Star type battle raid, and then Cobra asks a good question here. Says that we can kind of link this. Says when they bring in a new raid to replace Great Dragon, would you expect an increase in rewards? Do you think they will leave the rewards the same or just replace the raid? So we can kind of answer these together. Do we ever think they'll bring a Death Star battle raid into, or a ships into TB? Basically, is what I think. What they're asking is, would we see a ship kind of format for well, it sounds like raid, but I mean, we've been talking about the Death Star raid forever. Could they do it? Sure. Are they? Most likely not. I don't know. We're getting more ships. What do you guys think?
We're definitely getting more ships.
Yeah, we are getting more ships.
Yeah, there's a good chance they do something with it at some point. But I mean, right now, CG has a hard time monetizing ships. Yes. There's just they don't know what to do with it, and I don't know why it's that hard for them. But clearly, by the fact that they're still not double dropped, they don't want people accelerating their ship access. So there's that. But I mean, I would think at a certain point they would be stupid not to. I mean, it's such an iconic thing. You would have a lot of interest in it. But then to follow up with Cobra's question. Honestly, if they do another raid, they wouldn't replace the Crate Dragon raid. It would stay there. The new raid would be more difficult, but it would probably offer a new currency, which would be like a Mark IV raid token.
Or more of the
Um,
Mark
and
threes or something along those lines.
yeah, well, it would probably shift to being more of the Mark II and Mark III stuff, and then probably add an additional currency that, or whatever they wanted to do, they might do like a personal reward track where you can get X amount of shards if you do X amount of damage or whatever. They'll incentivize it somehow. There's just the new track is just going to be the epitome of the TB kind of mantra, where it's like every TB we're just going to add a new currency for that specific thing that allows you to purchase specifically what we want to add to the gear economy. So you have to have that to get it. So I think that's where they would run with a new raid, is they would just add a new currency, and then
Yeah.
they would put stuff at a better conversion rate, or something that's not available anywhere else in there for that new currency.
The sandfly, all the sandflies somewhere on the beach somewhere with the big naked ladies. So what is everyone's personal best in the raid? I'm just over 3.1 million. I've done over 4. But that was the previous iteration. This last one, I did over 3, but after I got over 3, I'm like, we're not going to get to the next tier, so I stopped. I don't know. It's like,
yeah, it really kills motivation, to be honest.
Yeah, I did
system.
Hut Cartel, I did Jabba, and then I think I did Old Republic. I think I did. But I mean, after those first 2 teams, I'm like, I'm good.
My personal best is somewhere between 6.2 million and 8.51. That's all it tells me on the track. I don't remember what I got.
Yeah.
So if we take the middle of that, I would say somewhere around 7 million.
Yeah. But I mean, until I can get all those characters roll the gate, which I am in no rush to do because we've got Riva and some other things coming up. Yeah. Mike, what's your best?
Want them?
On the nerfed one is 5 and some change. 5 million and 47,000 or something.
Yeah.
Or that's on the nerfed one.
Yeah, for our guild, I mean, we can all get 3 million, and then that puts us at 150 million. But until we can go to the next level where it's like we're all relegate, to do 2.7, 2.7.
You need to be pushing somewhere between 4.5 to 5 million per player to get the next crate, and it's just like, I'm not forcing it. We've got so many other things coming down the pike. Like what we were talking in with it is like, well, should we start mandating like, all right, Hut Cartel? And I'm like, no, let's give it like a month. See, let the teams and strategies fall out of the woodwork, and then we know exactly which characters to relic, which characters. I mean, right now, if you do the Bausch army, Jesus Christ, you can 3-man the Hut Cartel team for max points.
Yeah,
I loved getting 10 back. That's fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, I look at CG sometimes. I'm like, see, it's when you do stuff like this that just makes me think like, do you really need to keep charging 20 Omicrons for every game mode? Asking for a friend? Like, it's like, even with sorties in Conquest, was it worth 20? No.
Check the online store. Damn yeah. 190 quid for 65 of them.
Hey, I'm feeling shamed here.
Oh, you got all 3.
I might have bought that twice.
I wear a short skirt.
Go to the next question. The engineer question. With Bam nerf and Kraid, I put Bam back with Maul. What's the best lead for leftover Hut Cartel? Embo, Cad? I mean,
I believe it's Greedo is the best lead because he's got the crit damage on the leadership, and he's got the easiest contract left to hit at that point. But I mean, honestly, it's like, if you're doing leftover stuff, just do like tier 1, tier 2, get your 600 points, and be done. Like, it's just not there is no reason right now for players to be obsessing over taking teams to R8 and trying to make everything work. It's just, there's no point.
Yeah.
It's just let it, get what your guild needs you to get a team or 2 that does that. For a lot of people, it's going to be Hut Cartel because it's super low hanging fruit and you need it for TB anyways. And then let it ride. don't sit there and fuss about it. You know,
Yeah.
I can't tell anybody to, you know, start R8ing, you know, your Mando teams. It's like, why?
It's treated like the Galactic Challenges, isn't it? You start at 10, and if you don't, then you go to 9 and 8 until you hit the one that works for you.
Yeah.
And your workarounds. Yeah.
Yep. It's like that's what I was doing with the Old Republic. I just got so frustrated with the high end stuff because I had the R7 team, but I was getting smoked by the mechanics because I just wasn't remodding and doing anything useful. So I dropped it down to the 900.1 and I maxed it. I'm like, hey, look at that. Million points. I don't have to worry about this anymore, and I'm done. Like it's a couple battles, and I'm out of the raid, and it's kind of nice, because you are getting a decent chunk of rewards out of it. So it's nice to just to put in minimal effort, show up when you have time to think about it over 3 days, and knock it out. You're not missing out because you don't have time, and you're not under the gun to get it done in 12 hours. So.
All right. God, here come the heli questions. I told you guys. I told you they were on their way. So, Heli says, question for Carthrick. I'm in the process of unlocking Jabba. I'm halfway through tier 2. Assuming unlimited resource in all Hut Cartel at Relegate, what's your version of an ideal Hut Cartel crate raid squad? It's pretty straightforward.
Well, you have to do Boba as an R8 anyways, and
Yeah.
just because the way the mechanics interact, Boba's is being a really solid fifth. I use Embo, but that's because I'm lazy. And it's the preset team I have for everything else, so I just select that.
Yeah, Bubba's really good in that raid. The ability
but
block, plus he can take off the debuffs, the calls and assists. I mean,
Well, and with the Bausch on me, he can Jabba, Bausch, and Boba can 3-man for max points. So, I mean, ideally, it's just gonna be it's gonna be the 3 marquees, Boba and Jabba at R8. I mean, there's no reason to double dip. You already have to take Boba to R8 for the Executor, so might as well just take him and save yourself the mats. R8 mats are going to be a little slower coming in now because of Crankor going away.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little slower. If you're hitting the 130 mark, you should get somewhere between 5 to 7 arrow magnifiers a run, depending on your personal track record.
Yeah.
So you should be averaging close to what you're getting in Crankor, but it's not going to be a heck of a lot faster. So I wouldn't do more arts than I needed to. So I would just do that team.
Yeah. Heli says, question for Sir Michael Huntington III, aka the Earl of SWGOH, and defender of the whole table realm. He's the one who says, good morning. Your favorite Greek SWGOH gamer, gaming lunatic misses you. That is all. That's all he wanted to say, Mike.
He must have missed my Spartans earlier.
Yeah, I think he heard it. Yeah.
Probably summoned him.
Is Sparta.
Yeah. You gotta love a Greek with a Scottish accent.
Question for me. Oh, goody, it's my turn. You miss me, Ranger? No. What is the latest link for someone to donate to Tiltfo-like places on the internet? I'd like to support RSG's current worthy charity. We haven't started one yet. We're still coordinating with the ACS on what we're going to do. You know, if you guys don't know, most of you do know, I've got the new Beskar Mando costume put together. It's up and running, and we'll be using that for children's hospital visits. We got to wait for the ACS to do all the coordination and stuff. We will kick off our Tiltify campaign probably in here in a bit. I'm still waiting to see what the ACS says. So we're waiting for the final, because they've got to coordinate all that stuff with us, with the other organizations. There's a lot of work that goes into that. So as soon as we get all that locked in, trust me, we will push it hard because we do it every year. So don't worry. More news to come soon. TM, we'll let you know. Contingent.
Are you skipping my question?
Did you have a question, Mike? I usually skip.
Yeah, I put question with a question mark as well.
Where did you do that? See it in there. You
before Sparta.
I don't see it.
I know. I saw him post it. I saw it.
So
I know it's in there.
Was anyone else suffering with red hell fighters? Or is this just me? the fact that
Oh,
all
there
of
it
a
is.
sudden
That's really weird.
everything clean. It seems that as soon as you put them into the red, they are stronger than with max
Oh,
health protection.
oh yeah, I
What
gave.
what is that about?
Oh, I don't know
Oh,
because for me it's the Illuminati. I mean, they just like hosing me because I was
because it's
talking.
in ships as well.
Well, yeah, and TW, man. I mean, I was sharing the story the other day. I mean, I went in there, Profundity versus Executor is the offense one, but I did my thing. Perfect opening, got Cad Bane in the red. 4 dodges later, I lost. You know, you know, and I just basically put that in, you know, the failed like F this game. What the fuck? It's a, you know, it's I don't know what that is. You know,
Maybe that's what the bug that they didn't identify.
I don't
Well,
think it's a
one of
bug.
the
I think they're
bugs
just trying to
they
hose
didn't.
us.
It just seems so strange that it's just popped in, isn't it? It's quite recent, but it's just like what, what?
Why won't
For me, it's a
like
case of
everyone suddenly picked up Malik's unique? Every time I hit a certain threshold, I gain a buttload of stats, and you're like, you son of a.
oh, wonder if that's why I've got some weird holds recently. I wonder if that's what's going on
Oh,
with
of
that.
course it is.
Wow.
Poo-poo.
Oh wow. Thank you. Thank you for answering my
Oh
question.
yeah, man. For me, it's just always been the Illuminati. When that crap happens, I'm just like, yep. Like
What
they're
he
off their
means is
coffee
that
break.
it's just me. I'm just on the back end of Rangers account, just going, nope, nope, nope.
Full of ball Kenobi. Arthric!
Oh.
Contingent question. Once crate submerges into the sand, you can't get the character back that was swallowed, correct? No, you
You
can.
can.
Yeah.
You can, but you have so it's you still have to get rid of all the stacks of Defiance, and so you can't knock the Defiance stacks off until he resubmerges. The character is considered killed if they die if they're swallowed while he uses acid breath.
Right.
But you can get him back
Ah,
after being submerged. It's just if they use acid breath,
I
they
couldn't
die.
keep my Greedo alive. They kept eating it and never giving it back.
It's the thing with a lot of the crate raid is like that's the harder part about the higher tiers is that he has so much tenacity by the time you get to the high tiers that if you're not modding for potency, like all the benefits you get from having crap loads of thermals or dots put onto him just go right out the window if you can never land
Yeah,
them.
no, I switched. I mean, I saw because I love the fact that he's one of the toons that actually can completely remove the dragon's turn meter. Loving
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you need
It's just
potency.
getting the
Like
timing right.
for Maul Mandos, you
You,
definitely want Candyman Spieler having high potency because he will land and he can take off the stacks. That's one of the reasons why the Maul team could be effective. Because
and not Beskar, but the other Mando.
regular
If you
Mando,
use him to call Greed, yeah. If you use Mando to call Greedo to assist, that gives him potency as well,
yeah,
which is very nice.
yeah, it is. It's a nice. BD question: are we still under the collective bargaining? The rewards still kind of suck, considering 3 year raid upgrades. Sith raid rewards sucked at first. I feel the community settled for the gold crate. I don't think the community settled for shit. The community.
I
Go ahead, Karth.
I think I mean they still have things to improve. I won't
Yes.
argue that for anything. The lack of the other currencies that we were getting, I don't think they accounted for. Because I think CG just goes, well, you're getting them other places. Why do you got to worry about it? I'm like, yeah, all right. But I mean, at the rate you guys are starting to release stuff again, credits and shipbuilding materials are becoming a much more of a higher commodity. And I don't want to go having to scroll for a year and a half every raid to go find, if I got lucky or not every raid, but like every refresh to go see if I got credits or store shipbuilding materials halfway through that list. There are still things they could do to make improvements on, but I think right now it's collectively I think a step in the right direction, but there's still things to improve.
Yes.
But I don't think I also wasn't in the camp that they're right that the rewards were awful. I do agree that they needed to move more of the Mark IIIs forward to get at least on par with getting your Relic 8 materials again. That was, I think, one of the funniest videos I think Xeris put out in a while. You know, it was a 3-minute video of characters you need to R8 for the raid, and just basically said, if you can get this far, R8 whatever you need for the raid. If you can't, quit R8ing stuff because you're never gonna get the mats again. And I'm like, well, that's a succinct synopsis of what's going on here.
Pretty much.
But I mean, outside of that, I mean, I think it's the ability to choose is much better. You're not waiting. And I think the other thing is that, like Scribe had said earlier, is that we get too caught up on the RNG off chance that we get a full piece in Sith Raid, right? Like getting a full Gear 12 furnace. The current rewards are never going to top that level of reward. That's true. But it's like, unless you're Sir Loki, who's like just like every time is like, I just got enough Gear 12 plus pieces to fully take a character Gear 13 every Sith Raid. You know, it happened like what? Once a month that you might get a full piece if you were lucky.
You're lucky.
And, you know, the average person's pushing further beyond that, you know? So I think a lot of people put a lot of value into things that just don't exist commonly. And I think that's the hard part to argue back and forth is like, you know, everyone's experience is different. It's hard to put value on every single possibility. But it is a step in the right direction. I like the ability to choose. I like the ability to focus on what I need. And that there's a decent amount of mass to do it with. You're not completely screwed down. There are some that the conversion rates are awful. Most of what's available for the Mark II bracket is atrocious outside of the Gear 12 plus pieces. Everything else is like, I would love to buy 3 circuit boards for 1,200 currency.
Yeah, the circuit boards and that shit is just a joke, man.
It's like literally, like you can go with the Mark I currency, find whatever purple gear you can turn into a circuit board.
Yeah, the shower drains, things of that nature. Yeah, and then
buy that
and
in bulk and turn it into more circuit boards. And I'm like, you guys don't understand how your own game works some days. It's like, it's just like, it can't be cheaper.
Some days.
I mean, all days, but still.
Well, yeah, some of the gear in there is really nice. I mean, that you can use and get, like as you said, a ton of Mark III Carbantes and the Gear 12 pieces are solid. They really are. They're solid. And that was one of the things it's like, it's another place for us to get Gear 12, and I'm happy with that. But when you look at that circuit board and Bronzium and stuff, I'm like, what the F are you smoking, man?
They're missing a 0. Either they need to take like one off, you know, the price, or they need to add like, you know,
a 0
to 1 to the, it's like 30 for 1,200. I might be tempted. A little bit more interested. I still wouldn't want to do it because I mean, I would rather spend it on the Gear 12 plus pieces, but
So correct me, but when when we contact CG or discuss anything about a character and maybe not operating the way it should be intended, aren't they responding with at the moment? So your Legolas isn't doing what? Your Gandalf needs to do what? Because that's where we are. Where you are.
They ain't talking to me. Ain't talking to any of the other content creators I know, so I don't know.
Or is that just a cheap shot by myself? In which case
no,
should apologize.
I saw the Lord. There's people been asking me, "You play the new Lord of the Rings game?" I'm like, I have no interest in that game.
No, I might hit it in 6 months.
Maybe.
Like I listen. You know, actually, it was hilarious for me. Was seeing a video from McMulligan, because you know it's been 2 years since he's put out content on anything related to SWGOH. And good God Almighty, I'm just like, no. You're launching a brand new mobile game at Galaxy of Hero prices, with none of the content. So like the only thing I get from right now, if I start playing that game today, is the ability to start grinding on characters right now. And I'm like, no. I don't want that.
There'll be packs in 6 months.
Oh, well, it's the packs now are just atrociously expensive. Like most games have a bunch of like early game packs that are just tons of value. You know, buy this pack, get a character to 5 stars for $1 or $2, you know, just something to wet the teeth. And they're like $100 packs and you get a 5-star character. And I'm like,
oh no, Scott.
How about I go to the Vegas Strip and I spend that money and actually have a good time?
All right. Next question from Darsign 1972. Question: Is CG going to fix the store when you're trying to spend the raid currency? As it's very confusing, as the prices almost all look the same. And it's a pain in the neck to scroll all the way down. No idea.
Right
Magic
now,
84 says doubtful.
their philosophy was to reorganize it in a currency tier so that you would get to it like the currency is blocked down. But we know there are some more changes coming. They might actually try to tab it out like they do with the Datacron tabs
Yeah.
in the stores. Not like the Datacron shipment tab, but like
The actual
but in the character tab where it opens up another one underneath it when you click on it. So there's a possibility they do that, but I don't know if they're gonna really commit the resources to it. And if I was, a normal Soga player, I would say they're not going to. So we'll see what happens with that. It's a possibility. I kind of wish, at least at the worst of it, at the top of the store, they did something to let you filter out the currency you wanted to shop with. Because then you're just adding a UI button at the top to be like, all right, eliminate Mark, the guild currency and the Mark 1s. I want to see what I can get for my Mark 2s and my Mark 3s. That would be something helpful that I could see being useful. But outside of that, I don't see them changing it again.
No. I mean,
I hope, but
They will, but they have to up the prices on everything to do so.
yes. Yes, you will start needing to play $1. You need to be paying $1 for every PvP battle you wish to attempt in your game.
That's true. Science. Oh God. All right. If you guys continue the questions and stuff, I just realized I still have to do GAC.
You didn't do yours last night?
No, because I was with Ram and Heinze, and Ram, when he's doing his, he's got both of his accounts and the rage. You got to let the rage happen, dude.
Yeah, the Ram rage can really drag out.
But he only had a couple rages, so
well, that's good.
Yeah, and then we did Heinz.
It was funny. I'm fighting a guy that I fought in my first week of threes. So we matched up again, which was funny. And he's like, "You want to do anything special or do normal?" And like both times I was like, "Let's do normal." And then both times it's just like both of us are just like it's a meat grinder. Like it's nothing fancy on the defenses, but just something goes wrong on RNG and it just goes right to hell.
Red Hellhitis.
Yeah. No, not even that, man. Like I went EP Mara SK versus his Ray Ben Cal. And literally on Ray's third turn, she whirlwinded and one shot EP. And I'm like, how? You should not have enough stacked offense yet. Nope, just dead. I'm like, oh,
you
well,
can
cool.
still win from there, though. She did that to me on one of them, but
yeah, I was too far. I hadn't even made a dent yet.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the tenacity down only stuck on one character with Mara, and then so he couldn't even loop to a second turn with her before Ray went again. So I couldn't even get out the gates. Like it went to absolute hell right out the rip. So
tell you the one I'm loving at the moment is I was given the name Pidmay for it. Is it Pidmay? Yeah, Pidmay.
Pidmay?
P-I. So basically it's Padme, Gideon
and a GR
Shaq.
support. Yeah.
Yeah. And literally it's two shots and CLS and GPO are gonded.
Yeah, dude,
I'm loving that.
That team works against so many things in threes. It's hysterical.
It is. It's a thing of beauty.
I love every second of it. I love the fact that people are still putting CL. Like the team is so much better on offense. Everyone's like, it's unstoppable, and I'm like, how?
No, it's very stoppable.
It's very stoppable, and people are just like, it's CLS or defense king, and I'm like, and I still one tap it every time, and I thank you because I have nothing else on your defense to use me with. So
that's it.
Thank you for the free 54 banners. Thank you. Bye.
Same way as if you don't put Maul with LV, that you can still bounty hunter it in the 3. I'm loving that. Oh,
Well,
Ba-ba-ba-bum,
it's
I'm loving it.
everyone thinking that Datacron is like, yo, this Datacron makes LV impervious to bounty hunters, especially in
except for that.
3v3. And I'm like, oh yeah, because I don't have access to Embo or Boba who can solve the problem handedly. It's just like it's just a small change and you're done. And it's just so funny that players just get so overconfident. What I am excited about is that in, 6 days, I'll have Riva.
Yep, I'm
And
excited.
I'm so
Mate,
glad it's happening but in the week between seasons.
Yep.
It's like I will have her. I don't have to miss the first week of 5v5 without her again. It's like I'll have her.
not that I'm
we will
stalking
all
you,
have
but
her.
I've noticed a number of new tunes that you've relicked recently. So I'm hoping never to have to face you, because you are going to be putting out some nasty Wookiee shit and whatnot.
Well, you don't like my Marin and
Oh, I
Tarful and
love it.
Saw
I just
Gerrera?
don't want to fight it. Yeah.
Did you see my teams in TW? I put a
I
bunch
went
of
looking. You've hidden them. They're not in where they should be.
I put all the new ones up in the front with the Inquisitors because I know we didn't have
That's
full
right. I'll
Inquisitors.
go and I will have a look,
But
because
I did
I knew that you were gonna spring some awful shit on who we're facing.
Yeah,
it's
next
funny because
Thursday, man. Riva's unlocking. I've got the 2 Datacrons for her. I'm taking her up. I've got the Karatex. I'm like, let's go. Let's make this happen, Captain.
yeah, and that's what we've been telling them when they kill. Like, don't sleep on her. It's like it's not even the fact that like I don't care if you can't Omni her. Get her to gear because we can use her in TW. You can use her in even without her Omnis, she's annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, and if nothing else, you get to finally achieve that Inquisitorious what's it called? Assault battle. And once we get Mary into 7, well, once the rest of us, because you already have her at 7-star,
I'm getting
you've
her.
already
I'll
done
have.
that.
I'm hoping to have her this week, or close to 7 stars. But I don't think I'll have the relic
See,
material after doing Riva.
So this is where I
higher.
take grievance, right? How many years have we not been able to do the Night Sister one?
Like 3 or 4,
Yeah,
unless you were
yeah.
willing to R9
Okay.
Yeah.
Night Sisters.
How many months is it since we can't do since we've been able to do the Inquisitorious? What the hell? We had to wait 3 years for Night Sisters.
I mean, in
and we get
fairness,
Inquisis that quickly.
In fairness, I did it prior to Riva being even in the game.
Yeah, because you're psycho.
I'm a glutton for punishment. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah,
It took
but you
3
are
hours.
you're in a very small group of people.
Yeah,
there.
Riva made it easy mode. But I mean, honestly, I
Mm.
think they were just trying to find a spot to add in a character of Night Sisters that made it doable. But I mean, even like with Arnold's video, granted he didn't remod his Night Sisters for it. It still took him a few attempts to get all the way to the end, but at least it was there.
All right, let's go to the next question. Skywalker Vader, a good Canadian Vulcan friend up there with all the other Motion people of Nova Scotia there, eating that poutine and drinking that maple syrup. Says, question, has CG announced their new community manager, or are they just sticking with CG
No.
Meathead and just being lazy? I don't know. So full disclosure, I was up for that position and didn't get it, and that's okay. Company's gonna go with who they want to go for. And they'd done the interview on the Escape podcast at the time, saying that they had it locked in, they were going to announce it soon, and we haven't had anything for 9 months. So I have no earthly bloody idea what is going on with the new community manager we were supposed to get. Meathead's still doing double duty with both his games, so I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine. I have no bloody idea what the hell is going on over there with that. I mean, we haven't heard anything other than we were supposed to get a new one, and crickets. Nothing. They haven't even addressed it. So I don't know. If you guys have any thoughts on this, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Honestly, I think there's a degree of I think CG did a poor tactic and pivoted from focusing on SWGOH for the last, I think, I would say 9 months, to be honest, because I think when the open beta, I guess is a better way of phrasing that, it's a regional beta, it's not really open, for their Lord of the Rings game came out and absolutely just shit the bed left, right, and center. I mean, nothing about that game had anybody interested, which is wildly unfortunate for an IP that a lot of people love. Man, the second that one went to absolute hell, CG backed off on so many of their, what we assumed were their plans for moving forward with SWGOH stuff.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a new community manager for Lord of the Rings game, new one for SWGOH, and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's been crickets for a while, and so it's my guess is that I think the people that they had planned on bringing in probably ended up backing out because of how poorly things were going for them at the time. CG was kind of in a spot where they were just kind of dicking themselves. I don't think the release of the Lord of the Rings game was earning any goodwill. A lot of people were very upset with how that was being taken care of.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is too is that at that time we were at the most toxic part of Datacrons, which I think was the beginning of the Dodge set.
Yeah.
And people were just not having it for anything. And so I think that's part of the problem that we're facing now, is that I think right now a lot of people just didn't want to get in the middle of that fray, right? They just didn't want to be a part of that shitstorm. So I think they probably had people lined up, and then they watched the fires and pitchforks and start to come up, and they're like, second thought, I'm gonna say no. So
okay. Darsign 1972 question: what's a good counter for Riva in 3v3s? I use JMK on Java already. Thank you.
C is a
LV
solid.
Mall.
C can do it.
Yeah, LV Mall can do it, and so can Treya, but Treya needs Savage and is on Omicron, which looks like LBC already said.
Yeah, but it's on
You
D.
should try that. Yeah, but it's on D.
Yeah, unfortunately, Big D is the.
But some of the GLs can, but yeah, if you do like a C with Watt and a tank, that should usually do the job reasonably well. Because you just need to get to your alt, and it's over. Yeah. So
it's like if you're facing Malgus, get to alt, win. That's pretty much what you do is see. Hello, good morning, Wolfman. I don't know, Karth, you down for a little bit of GAC? We could
poke at it.
Yeah, I can end Jedi Academy a little bit early today, and we can go over to Twitch and do some GAC. You're down for it, Mike? You too? I don't know what your schedule's like with you're swearing everywhere. The good thing with Twitch, Mike, is that you can swear and it's okay.
Sweary's in. I can't remember. She was watching videos earlier about some new COD-like game. So she's on that. But okay. I believe
we'll go for 10 more minutes here, and then we'll go switch real quick, and I'll go to a GAC and hang out with you guys. So we'll take a little bit of time with Jedi Academy. But we do have another question here from What Else 73 says, so Karthik is saying the Lord of the Rings game needs Datacrons. Yes.
The Lord of the Rings game needs characters. It needs characters people like. Like they just launching a game with no hard announcement on a legendary character, no hard announcement on a raid. Like it's like new features coming soon. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like the girl who told me she'll be right back from the bathroom. Like, I know this date's kind of shit. I know you're leaving. Like, why are we lying to each other?
See, for me, it's more based than that. I don't identify with the characters I've seen so far. Then they just really don't gel. They don't resonate for me.
Well, they did a really
Gandalf and that. They just look so soft and yeah,
Well, in
very
fairness,
low
they are
features.
taking a lot of homage from the Tolkien artwork in his books. He had done himself. That's what a lot of their stuff is from. But the
But
problem
that's not
is
where they're making their money from. They're making their money from Peter Jackson movies.
yeah, exactly, and that's
We all
exactly
know that.
and that's exactly where was coming back to is like the problem is that nobody besides a
Nobody
very
reads the
select group of
books. We all watch
nerds,
it.
they are all looking for the Peter Jackson iteration or at least the Lotro iteration.
Yeah. You can get
You
away with
know,
that with like
Yeah.
characters that were not in those movies, and there's a ton of characters that they could have a lot of license with on their design and look of, right? I mean, you've got
yeah.
from
I
the time
I'm
of the
sorry, but
trees, the Silmarillion, the whole, that whole saga.
can
There's a buttload of characters that they could do, but if you're gonna have the main characters, like if you're gonna have Aragorn in the game and it doesn't look like Viggo Mortensen, people are gonna be like,
Whoa, 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 whoa! It's not Aragorn. It's Strider.
That's one of his names. And if I say the Great Pilgrim, I'm talking about Gandalf. All right, God damn it.
Sure, sure.
See, I'm going to share this because my missus never listens to this, but people say she looks like Legolas.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she hates it every time because she's got really long blonde hair.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
but that's who she looks like,
Legolas.
Legolas.
L-I-C.
Orlando.
But yeah, I mean,
Uh,
there's so much with the characters, and there's so many great characters from the saga that they could do evil and good that does have nothing to do with the War of the Rings. People know about the War of the Rings, but if you're going to do the War of the Rings and you've got the Peter Jackson
look,
shit out there, you just know that you're going to have to come on.
see, here's my point though, right? Can you name me any game, yeah, that we played, the like phone gaming, console games, any game that has originated from a book? I don't mean that it's been adapted from a movie, because the movie is the catalyst for it.
Well, the
By
only
switching it from, because if you read books, a book is tangible. It is an item that's fixed, isn't it? And
the
you
only
turn
games,
pages.
yeah, but
It doesn't invoke you picking up a device and playing a game.
well, yeah, the only games that I've ever played that are in that ilk would be Dungeons and Dragons games, right?
Hmm.
And
But
Warhammer 40K, because there's never been a movie or television show. It's all been the books and things of that nature. Those two series. Um, no, Harry Potter would not fit because they made movies out of those, Michael. So when you think of Harry Potter,
mm,
you know, you
Just
think of
kind of wish we get to the point
yeah,
where we'd
but
let a
they didn't
sleeping
make the
dog
game
lie.
until after the movie. That my point is, name me a game where there isn't a movie of the book. Yeah, that was my point here. It needs to transfer from written medium to visual medium to go on to another visual medium,
it's
which
hard.
is an interactive. It's an interactive movie, isn't it? All games are interactive movies. We play out a scene from Star Wars in each battle, effectively.
Yeah.
If you had someone describing it to you and you told it how to do that, I could resonate then with book to game,
That's
but we
true.
don't.
Well, yeah, but that's not got a TV series or Smashing Ewoks. The books to
Mm.
the games to now the television show. Um, so yeah, there's been paths like that before. So yeah. Desi,
Witcher did go.
go ahead.
Witcher did go. Oh, they were saying Witcher. Witcher went from a book to a game to a move to a TV
Yeah,
show.
I was stunned to find that was Polish.
yeah, you didn't know that Arthur was Polish?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I read those a long time ago. Those are really good books.
Mm.
That's what got. But I'm a fantasy sci-fi junkie reader, so I've read so many. Not it's not Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, but I've read all kinds of series.
I'm
from
revisiting
Wheel of
Sword of
Time.
Truth.
I read the Wheel of Time. Yeah, the Sword of Truth. I read all those books before they did shows and stuff with all those books. I mean, Terry Brooks' Sword of Shannara before they did that show on MTV. I'd read the books, all the books as a kid growing up. So yeah. Desi question, Ranger, if CG finally came back to their senses and offered you the community manager position, would you still accept it? Yeah, I would actually, because I think I could, you know, I think I would be a good fit. I think I would offer some insight. I think the community would know that they're getting a player that plays this game.
You have credibility. They're
Got
never
street
going
creds.
to employ you.
Yeah, I've got massive street cred. So
Yeah. They don't employ people that can do the job with 7 years experience of this.
well, I also have I also have a degree in marketing and business. I think I fit the bill. But you know,
exactly. So you're not gonna, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, but you know, if I told people, and I did it when I was out as a beta tester, I'll talk about what I can talk about. You can tell me anything you want, anything you want to complain about and stuff. I'm here to listen, but don't. I'm not going to tell you future stuff. So yeah. Well, I mean, you have to kind of take that with a grain of salt, right? When you work for a company, and I've worked with companies before, where you know, at the end of the day, they're going to make the decision that they're going to make, and I got to support it. So if I'm the community manager position, I'm going to toe the line in the sense that on the front end, I will toe what they want me to do because that's what the community manager is to put out that information. But then what I would do is I would interact. I would stream. I would do stuff. I would have where you guys can give me your feedback and send it in, and then have those conversations. You know, like I was in the military, gripes go up, they don't go down. Like I'll never would gripe to you guys about anything, but I would listen to all your stuff and then send it up to the chain. And you guys would know that I would do that. So there you go. A question from Mike: can we play my JAC 2? No.
Can you hear my pouty face?
I already hate doing threes enough.
I
That's
do,
why
yeah. I
don't-
just want to get in there, do it. So we got about 5-10 minutes left, but we're gonna switch over and I'm gonna go do my GAC with you guys because I think we've answered a lot of good questions today. So we'll switch over to Twitch real quick. And I guess I could do it here on YouTube if you guys want. I guess we can do it here. I don't think it really matters. We want to keep the Jedi Academy going. What do you guys want to do? Create a new stream or just knock it out here?
I'm in the mindset of 6 one way, half dozen the other. I don't have a solid answer for you.
I think you'll get a lot more views if you just knock it out now, mate.
All right, let's
Live
do it.
on camera. There you go. That obviously means something different.
We'll just pull up here.
You know what's kind of funny to me, Ranger, is that we had a little talk of, players need to get their shit together when it comes to TW.
Yeah.
And we had a drastic downturn in people signing up this go around.
Mm-hmm.
And we still can't get the board filled.
Oh, I put all my teams down, dude.
It's people that still don't have the characters. It's just like, well, we got somebody who still hasn't posted anything. And then we got people that just don't apparently have the teams. I guess is what's happening there.
Okay.
We've got 3, 6, 10, 11 teams to go with 30 minutes left.
Contingent saying he put all of his down and yours.
Contingent's lying.
We know you didn't put those teams down. You get your ass in there and put those teams down.
I mean, it's just funny. I just find it funny that it happens. Like, I just don't understand players who. No,
we'll do it here. We'll do it here. Obviously, Rob. I'll give you guys a treat. We may just do this for GAC for Jedi Academy. Is at the end. I'll just do GAC.
I'm just gonna start just filling things up. Here goes an ad red team.
Did you see I spunked an Omi on Poggle?
I did see that you put that on me on Poggle. That was very an interesting decision to do after the nerf on him.
It was 1 minute to go. I relicked him to set. Well, he was 5. I took him to 7 for the DC, and I thought, well, the DC kind of replicates some of the Omi, so that should be good.
Well, you'll be happy to know, Mike and Cart, that I actually pulled my head out of my ass and actually took Visas to Relic 5, so the Mara Jadecron works this time for the Starkiller team.
Hey, that is a very impressive thing to do.
I was
I'm proud of
looking
you.
at it like, God, my Star Killer team just didn't do very well. Oh, that might be
Oh.
why.
Was that red text?
What's this limiting part? I don't know what that does. Is this a new
Whoops.
feature, CG?
Well, I took Johanny to Relic 5, and then I put, all the stuff on. I got the Datacron, and I was like, I'm so proud of myself. And I put the team down, like, I can't wait for this to do some good work. And then I'm like, oh, I got one shot. Well, I must use, let me just look, let me see. And I'm like, oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh,
I
what's
made a
SpaghettiOs?
boo-boo.
Obviously, Rob, I installed Twitch on it just because of you, Ranger. We'll be maintaining my membership there. Absolutely. We'll just do it here, just so you don't have to switch over their big LBC. Rob, I appreciate the support, brother. But since we're here, we'll just do GAC here. We'll knock out some teams. You guys had some questions about 3v3 anyway, and so we'll just do it here. Instead of going through me having to end this stream, go set up a new one, do all that crap. We'll just do it here because people always have questions about GAC. So in the South, what do we have? We have Jabba.
What's GAC?
It's a game mode that you go in and you do pew pew. We have Lord Schmader. I'll look at the Datacron. We have JMK in the South, and then CLS. That's gonna get.
Is he stalled on your defense?
He's been going
Bid
very.
May.
Yeah, we're gonna do Bid May. I think he's been going very slow and deliberate. Very slow player. I've been watching him this morning. He does his attacks.
He's
and
baiting you.
Well, he can bait me all he wants. I mean.
But is he
Yeah.
masturbating him?
Ah, that's true. No one out masturbates
So
the
far
me.
on that one, he is. You might want a tissue on that, son.
And then in the north, we've got, Savage, Darth Revan, Malgus. We've got the Maul team. We've got the Star Killer team on defense. I don't know if he has. Well, we're gonna go for it. Let's get crazy. LC question: can EP Star Killer beat a Ray Ben Cal team with 100% health still? Yeah.
It's doable. It's in the list.
It's 40%,
But, man,
I think, or
it's
30%, something. Yeah, it's not good.
yeah, it's so the unique on Cal is so obnoxious for them to get around that if they have a ton of stuff, it's just a pain in the butt.
Oh.
Contingent, I know you can hear me, so I'm just gonna respond to your DM. Just start throwing things down. Do whatever you want. I'm just gonna start throwing. I'm just to the point where I guess I won't be playing offense.
So with the Cal one, would it be EP or MJ who's stunned on the Cal DC? Because the weakest get stunned for the first.
They can't
turn,
be
don't
stunned on the
right.
under Star Killer.
Oh, so we've got a glitch in the matrix about the DC against that.
Well, I want to concentrate down south. I got to. So we can go bounty hunters here. I don't know. This does not have the protection on them.
So the only thing with the Lord Vader team on the bounty hunters is going to be if they fracture Fennec. That's the only thing that goes to hell
I gotta
for
see
you.
the speed on his Thrawn here real quick.
What am I?
He will be
Tuskens.
faster.
That's the team I'm putting together. Tuskens.
Um,
Tuskens with Datacron.
So let's talk about this. What would be the ideal team? Boss is going to get outsped. So
Original Mando Grief.
We could. I feel like we need Bam on this team.
I feel like you're going to want to split the OG Mando here just so that you have something that can maybe deal with like the potential Traya cleanup on Savage if you don't, that doesn't go well.
Fennec's going to take out Thrawn, isn't she? And
if
release.
If she gets to her contract, then yes. Because if she doesn't get the contract, she can't ignore time. But it's going to be you need to be fast.
I'm trying to do this team because with what he's placed down on defense, I'd rather not use SLKR here. We could, but I think it.
No. We want to trade bounty hunters at least to start with.
But what's the ideal we want to do here? Do we want to go? I
was told if there's no Maul, you don't need Bam.
No, you don't. The only concern here is Fennec getting
Fractured.
which in my head would want me to lean towards
So who does he fracture
uh,
the fastest? He can't see green.
no, he
so
fractured.
gonna go after Planet.
There is a priority level in his targeting
hard
of who he'll go at. Well, not hard coded, but like there's like a short list of characters, but usually like the attackers are who they go after first. I think Grief is a support. So like if Bam was there, it would be a toss up between who he would go for. But I mean, it doesn't your is your Bosk faster?
No.
Then
He's got 322 plus the 40, 362. My Bosk is 350 something, so he will be faster with that in there.
yeah, but he doesn't. But Thrawn won't fracture on the first turn. He turn swaps.
Because we could
So
do
you
this
should
and
get
save
your taunt
Mando
out first.
Yeah, we can save.
But then the question is, who leads your other bounty hunter team?
Well, I mean, we can go like all kinds of stuff because for the other one we can go Aura Singh with Mando and Dadbot to go do the ad rad counter if we wanted to, right? They can taunt and we can go the weakest and take that out if we need. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah, let's give it a shot. What we want resistance penetration here.
Yeah, ideally.
And we have it. Look at that. 92.13 with
Visa
resistance health. That's
DC with 182% health still.
a little bit less, but I want to save that health for C. Health tenacity. Tenacity doesn't really matter here. Rather save this for C. Let's use this Rosecron because we're not using it anywhere else. Hallie, question for Karth. I am a strong proponent of allowing folks to go all D and TW. Some don't have the free time for TW attack phases. Is having a handful of all D guild members a good thing?
I mean, it is when it's planned.
Yes.
It's not when it's last minute, because part of, depending on how complicated your defense strategy gets, you might be, if you're trying to stretch a roster.
All right.
Right at the rip. Oh my god, there you go. All right, well you all have time to should have time to circle back around, just cleanse it.
And we'll taunt continuously with him because we want him to take all the boo-boos. That doesn't do us any good. Might as well. She's still fractured. Just got to get that fracture off. Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Okay, she's free. Go molest Thrawn! Thank you, Christ.
One hit and she's gone.
I'm now looking at the right screen. I'm thinking, what? How is it there's such a delay?
Does he have it up in the? Oh, he does have it up. I'm here staring at the YouTube stream like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're dead.
All right, and you can get armor shreds on him,
Which
and
I
then
saved. Yeah.
pray for the absolute best here.
I think it might be okay. Get the health still.
Well, it's not that part that I'm necessarily worried about. It's that it depends on how you go into his ult, because it could get really, really nasty. Luckily he doesn't have. Yeah, he didn't crush. So you're actually gonna be able to cleanse before he comes in and does anything annoying. We just need to get back-to-back mass assists, and then you should be set. And then we should be able to go back-to-back mass assists, and then we should be fine. Oh, where's your frenzy at there, buddy?
Red Dot-itis, you see what I mean?
Got him.
Got him. Yay. Woo!
Now I got to figure out this problem. JMK and Job are both on the board.
Mm-hmm. What GLs do you have for offense?
So we've got JML, and we can use the JML counter versus JMK. It's not 100% though; it's like 70%. If SLK, we have
You can three-man, you can Jabba this with no problem.
the JML team.
The JMK team, yeah, you can Jabba the JMK team.
That's true.
That's an easy shout, and then you can then the JMK versus Jabba use Mace instead of GK.
Yeah.
Because I don't, if he had Zori or Zori was in the front wall, I would want to try to save Mace, but without it, I mean, Mace is just way faster to get your alts around and flip through. So, oh, but yeah, Jabba will just destroy this.
Well, we go right after.
Well,
Wow.
you start with his first special and get your hired muscle up, and then you just wait till the second turn. You put the buff immunity on Kenobi. Now the problem is you can't really get around stuff and cleanse it. So you're just going to be stacking thermals on Kenobi until you can get Kenobi killed, and then you'll probably just end up eating Cat by the time you get to the contract. It just, when you get to Chrysanthemum's first turn, use his basic. Don't use any of his specials because he's going to get yeeted if he moves by
So
the
we
time
want to
Cat
put
takes.
this on GK here. Just use the first special. Get the hard
Yeah,
muscle going.
the first special, because you can't stop the you're just going to lose the buff immunity to Foresight if you don't.
Well, he's dead, so that helps.
Yeah, which is basic. It's no longer the scoundrel dead Kron, so Bouch has got to eat it in the face for a minute, and then yeah, through. Oh, he's got this stupid, just basic here because he's got stupid
Yeah.
Foresight. So you're buffing.
Now we want to do the taunt.
Yeah, the first special, so he taunts. Yep. And he shouldn't go much of anywhere. The only question is how much do they just put the buff immunity up on Kenobi?
So I want to throw.
You need thermals on the ground. They can't resist. No, well, wrong Kenobi. That's my bad. You need, yeah. Now he's got Foresight, so it doesn't matter. Just need to get to contract now.
Yeah, he put that on him, so we'll do this. The hard muscle, shield throw on him. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Owie.
Now the yeah, basic here. We need to get. We just need to get to contract. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Throw the thermals on him.
No, that's not good.
Nope. But we should still get to an alt here. Because they shouldn't be able to kill Chrysanthemum. Just use your basic on Jabba.
Yeah, we just have
because
to
the other abilities won't. Wow, they are just
nuking me, dude.
The AI is learning.
It's getting smarter.
Yeah. Just keep using the basic because you get alt charge every time you use it, but it also gives you the protection.
Well, we're gonna die here.
What the hell is happening?
They just ignored him completely.
Basic again, yeah.
They're just ignoring Chrysanthemum like it's like nobody's business. Oh, now she hits him.
Well, once they lose the high ground, they have to go somewhere else.
See, that's how I play. That's exactly how I play JMK against Jabba. As soon as I can target Jabba, I just go and get rid of him with JMK.
Well, once you lose the Hut
done.
Cartel thing, yeah. Well,
Didn't
back
work
out.
Yeah.
That was mean.
That was very mean. So
what's the cron that they have on that? Well, you can mirror match it. It just makes the jam. It just means what we need to use against Jabba.
Mm-hmm.
So crit damage, offense up, and and defense pen at the end of turn. And then whenever they stacking offense, yeah, that will trash Jabba's fairly quick. Well, that's an unfortunate set of combinations.
They did this and said, Chrysanthemum, get the F out of here. We're going after Jabba.
Well, it was what was going to happen, but I mean, we waited too long on getting the second special out because we weren't getting any contract
No.
on that one, but that's okay. We'll sort
It is
out.
what it is. So I'm going to have to risk this now because I still need to take out Jabba.
Yeah.
We're going to have to use JMK there.
You don't have to. I mean, we could just plan on trying to two tap it instead, but that's not even a fun.
It's not
fun
fun.
option
either.
That's not a fun offer.
Afra can't beat it in threes.
No.
No. All right.
Not without the Kron gone. In fives, I think she can still do it, but not in three. She doesn't have
Okay.
any of her Amis active, which again,
Gotcha.
I want to beat CG over the head with this whole. Like, if it's not usable all the time, why am I paying full price?
Yeah.
You gotta try to JML.
Yeah. Because if I can pull this off, right, which we have before, then
you need a either.
I don't have a high protection Kron, so.
Well, if you don't, you need resistance. Well, I would say if you don't, then resistance pen would be better. But I mean, Luke is armor pen, so that wouldn't be a bad.
It's got both armor and resistance. Tenacity armor.
Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. Wouldn't be terrible.
This is the only way we're going to be able to pull this off. We got to beat this with this team, and then we got to beat Jabba with the JMK team just to be efficient, because we still got a lot of other stuff on the board to try to take care of.
Yeah. Did he try your south wall yet?
No.
Where are you? 1 or 2?
What's that?
Kyber.
Kyber
1
2.
or 2. Kyber 2. That is such a mixed in Kyber 2. It might be that I was drawn against someone that I out GP'd quite a bit, but I haven't had gear 11 on defense in a very long time.
Okay, he went quick alt.
Yeah, he always does versus JML.
And Yoda always gets caught out. I hate it.
Well, he dispels
Yeah, I know.
stealth on his turn, so you'll never be able to hide him. It's his turn.
I know, I'm just trying to think what I'm going to do here. Okay, that gets rid of Savior. Get that. Unfortunate. I'll go after. Get ultimate.
Stay on target. Oh.
Another one.
Again, the ultimate that changes the fight, but it's not. We go after Gen at Luke. And now we're getting the ultimate. Now we can start really laying pain. We're gonna go right after her. Well, if we get a turn. Because we already got the thing off. Oh my god. Stun, please. Thank you. Reflex. Thank you. Hang in there, buddy. Go get him, Jedi Knight Luke. Thank you. Oh, oof.
Yeah, the stacking offense just becomes absolutely brutal with JMK after a while. If you could just stop, and they're like, I don't wanna.
It's going to be JML v JMK here, isn't it? Or you?
No,
Oh,
because if
maybe not.
he
He's
coins
cleared the.
it, yeah, if he coins it back and forth, it should
Yeah, it's just the way the
keep.
fight goes. Yeah.
Hey, nice one.
Okay. Now we can
Because
JMK
he
Java.
can't counterattack the coins. So as long as you keep coining back and forth, you should be all right.
Yeah. And he wasn't in there. Does anyone know a Jonathan Connor? I don't know who that is.
I've
Nope.
heard of a Sarah Connor.
Looking for Sarah Connor. All right. Let's see. Do this real quick. So now we have JMK for Java, which is a big deal.
Well, it's very helpful for clearing it, yeah.
Go Mace here.
Yeah.
Sure. Resistance armor pen, tenacity armor, resistance pen.
Resistance will be good because it'll slow down Bausch's damage.
Well, we're gonna get Kirsten off the board, beat the shit out of Bosch, then go after Java like they did.
Well, you can just do a fast alt
We could do a
And-
fast stall if I wanted to, yeah.
and yeet her out.
So if you guys haven't seen this before, do this, but you do the first ability first on himself, put this on her.
Yeah. This actually goes, this Mace is such a better tank here. So you swap back there.
And then we want to
And
do this back
then-
on her.
Yeah, back on her.
And then we want to flip this back to Kronobi.
No, don't do it. Just
So we're trying-
basic here.
Oh, we want to go
You're not
fast
gonna get
stall.
to alt if you flip it back.
All right, now we're in alt.
Yeah, so now do it. Now alt.
Flip over to her,
Yeah.
then do it. Yeah.
Because what you'll do now is, oh, he got his cooldowns pushed back. That's stupid. Whatever. you might outright kill Bausch by the time you get back to her. That's hilarious. God, she takes so many attacks.
Now we can get rid of her.
Yeah, just eat her out.
And then we can go after Java now, no, we can't.
You got to get rid of his
Oh, you got to get rid of the thing.
the locked buff. So you just got to kill him out right now. But this is the advantage of having Mace here because Mace's first special dispels. So flop it. You can flop it to Mace, and
He's
then
better to take a turn here, so
I know, but then Cat would go back to taking a turn.
get the shred on him. Then do that.
The
Yeah.
first one dispels,
But
and then
yeah.
he gains them back because you dispelled hired muscle. So he should be now he should be now he's collecting again. Let's see, and then just on the Cat, so that way she doesn't die from thermals blowing up in her face because she's apparently made of paper. Swap over to Cat.
Oh, Cat.
Cat.
I'm just trying to
It's
get
all
him
right.
to ultimate.
It's all right.
Yeah,
It's all right.
The
I'm
other
with
cat.
I'm just like, please die,
That's what-
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Okay, now we can go after
Diff-
Job.
Well,
Now we can
Red
go after Java.
itis.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Now we can go after Java. Well, we might as well finish this Peckerwood off.
You just finish Chrysanthemum and be done with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
you
ideal, but
literally will be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, Jabba's not going to get to alt by this point. I mean, their team didn't do nearly enough, so you just need to get rid of Chrysanthemum so his alt charge is basically just using his basic, and then basically from here it's just you could damn near just press auto and
Yeah.
the fight would be over. Dun-na. Dun-na. Stupid.
Stupid
Saber
Jabba.
mechanic. Stupid saber mechanic.
Okay. Oh, they cleared the north. Still haven't touched the south. Take a look here real quick. Yeah, they cleared the north. He's a very slow, methodical player. So
One tap the entire top wall. Well, he went top first. That tells me he's not planning on clearing bottom.
and we are. And we may even go clear top. So we'll see.
Well, what I mean by that is that he will try to out efficiency you on clearing the 3 zone or trying to clear the 3 zones. But his
I had that in
mistake.
the recent one. He went top and chips, so I won because I cleared south and rear. So this also works with R2. Sorry if I just blew your ears out.
No, yeah, but I like to save in case there's a fifth brother, JTR BB8 and R2 because it's a hard, easy, cheap counter that I can use on that.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Je suis compris.
Oh,
You don't even need a cron, to be honest.
I just like to have a little bit of extra health, but you don't think we need it.
No. It actually ends up
This is
hurting
such
you
a
a little
fun
bit because
little comp.
your exposes do more damage to you.
Hey, bada.
Okay, we'll do this. Okay, now we want to do. Oh no, we just want to hit here.
Yeah, just basic.
Padme will take a turn and then just do basic here.
Yep.
Okay, now we
So this guy actually modded him smart because they modded them for protection instead of health primaries, which is fine. I mean, literally, it doesn't change dog shit. Cleanse on Gideon. Yep. Kick him in the face. Oh, landed the stun. Perfect. Oh, yeah.
Get me for the win.
So why people keep putting this team on defense blows my mind. I don't understand.
I don't understand it.
What part of you haven't grasped the main mechanics of this game, which is to do exactly the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome.
Well, it's because there was one round for that player where that team held like 80 times and they're like, it is the best defensive team ever. And then you go against somebody who's relatively competent and you're like, oh, no, I'm just.
I would say that's the lot that he put into his GAC deeds
Know what the hell I
Yeah.
want
in his
against
squad
this
builder,
bounty hunter team.
and rather than change them.
What do we want to use?
I think
here?
Slacker.
We might need Slacker for up north. We got some other.
Oh yeah, I'm just being a dick. Can't you just trooper this?
Yeah, I was thinking Imperial Troopers.
I mean, even if they outrun you, what does it matter? Rayrock, yes, Akira, Gideon will work with that team. You just need Gideon to be faster than your opponent. That is the only catch in that Giddy up. So you might have to take him to gear 12 just to have his base speed fast enough to outrun most teams. You need to be looking somewhere in like the 325 plus range. Helen X, I wish you weren't being so spot on. It pains me.
Wow, we outsped them with the Zamcron. Wow.
Just go kill Zam. Go
Yeah.
kill Zam. Go kill Zam. Go kill Zam.
Oh, no, we can't.
How? Or whatever.
I'm just gonna do big hits here and
yeah,
get,
big
get
hits. Oh, that's a chonky boy.
Well, we're building it up.
Yeah, once he gets past protection, he's just gonna whittle. Yeah. How is he recovering protection? Whatever. Who cares? Battle's over.
Go punch her. Go hit her in the head. Okay, thank you.
And now it's really over.
Hassan Chop.
Of course, this is also a really good raid cleanup.
Yeah. As long as you can get her to either DI or she doesn't get back to DI before you go through, otherwise you just stall out.
All right, what do we got in the back? We got Adrad, which we got Bounty Hunters 4, Grievous, Newt.
Trash. She's got trash
Dash
in
is
the
a
back
is
walls.
a tough ass team. We'll have to deal with that with Hondo.
I mean, sure. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That is true.
So Dash is definitely
Whitefly, I did win the day, Whitefly. I won by get by by being a little less awful than I am usually. His Ray literally ate my Star Killer team, my C team, my gas team, my CLS team, and then I finally won with JML.
concentrate
Oh,
north.
Wolfman, yes, I did whale this week. I am the proud owner of a R8 Saw Gerrera, but in my defense, I did pull a 230 shard drop, so
I don't know what that's
I'll
like.
take it.
So we
Um,
use so we
and
use
I have a Tarful at
we
R8
use
now.
C versus
American.
Malgus.
Well, do you have Hondo?
I do have Hondo.
Well, Hondo will beat the shit out of that all day of the week.
I think I have Hondo. Let me look.
He doesn't want to kill them per se.
LBC, there are many people who know more about the game. I just
I
retain
think I put him on
information.
defense. Yeah.
You son of a. All right, yeah, you might be a little. And you don't have gas. Hey, no
I do have
gas.
gas.
You do have gas. Gas should beat that. Famous last words. Because A, it's an R9, and B, there's not the fear mechanic, so
That's true.
that should be doable with gas.
So do look
That's
for. I
fair.
normally
That's
slap armor onto him, but
Armored
Nathaniel
health.
Morgan. I am of the mindset that those characters will be required at high relics for something. And the other thing
bonus
is
protection.
to Nathaniel Morgan is that you have so many missions on light side TB that require Rogue One characters that I have a sneaking suspicion that between Adrad and Saw Gerrera, they'll help you do better in those missions.
All right, here we go.
I must admit, I'm looking forward because obviously I did the R8 bays for Rote
Yeah.
of getting. I find it really interesting because I was so anti Chase when Chase was the meta. I
Yeah.
refused to use it.
And now you're like, maybe now.
Well,
is
yeah,
the
I don't
time.
mind now because it's yeah.
You're just
Hey,
I really came to life with the Kylo rework and
Get rid
then
of get rid of Talon.
the Maul Zeta. Oh my god.
All right. If we could just not lose anybody else, that'd be great. You want to save the Rex slate for the side characters because it will do next to nothing to your boy Malgus. All right, we got a Rex slate open. Hopefully Rex moves before. Yeah, get rid of Talon. Get rid of Talon.
Okay.
And then just hold your breath.
I think we met.
Stand
Now-
up, gas.
Now
Stand
he's
up.
he's even more angry than he was before.
Yeah, it's unfortunate fives went down on the first pass. That's
This
less than ideal, and that we haven't got to use armor shred yet. That's also really obnoxious. Yeah, Marauder. There we go. Now, as long as we can get him under protection, then we can start pushing those cooldowns back, and hopefully things start going in the positive direction.
There we are.
It won't. Yeah,
I know,
won't
but it's
touch
still
him.
damage.
Because as long as we're doing this, we'll just keep his cooldown suppressed into oblivion, and he'll never get to use the big hit again.
Okay.
this is the new Dooku. Yeah, to
Now
a
we do
degree.
have two GLs. We got to figure out what we want to use what where. We got to figure
I
out what we-
mean, so it's the question of what are we gonna use versus DR and what are we gonna use versus uh, Treya. Jesus Christ, I can't think of the name.
we have Grand Inquisitor left. We we've got C and SLKR. We have Treya. We have Womps. I'm gonna Womp something. We have Jedi Revan. We have CLS, the Chupio-Kron. We have Han and Chewie.
So it's just basically what can we use to get through DR without sacrificing? Can Treya deal with it? I don't know if Treya can deal with
Not
DR.
with
I
the
mean,
fear.
yeah, because the fears screw you into oblivion. As far I know, the debuffs help a lot because you get the protection up. But I know it versus Malgus, you just get fear locked. I would assume you'd have the same thing with
DR.
DR, but at least with you're not having the doubt dispel into fear. So that would be
Well, we can
a
Treya
small.
the Maul team. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a given. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to use against a
So
Star
what do we
Killer.
do versus? Because basically
Star Killer.
I would assume that.
Yeah, Star Killer. I'm thinking.
Couldn't you do
C,
BAM?
right?
Okay.
We could
I
solo
was gonna say
SLKR the
that-
Darth Revan team. That's not going to be a problem, right?
Yeah,
Then
but
what would I use against
basically it's the Trey team. Yeah, because the Trey team is going to be I think the Trey and SK are the bigger threats.
So what do
Just
we?
DR, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what we use against DR. We use Imperial Troopers. I mean, I don't know how Grand Inquisitor would hold up against that either.
Not well because the
Yeah.
debuffs
Yeah.
are just ridiculous. I almost would want to try Treya against DR, but then what we use versus Maul,
Yeah.
because we blew Gidme already, so there's nothing really to work with there.
Yeah.
But it's a really kind of an odd Maul team because it doesn't have any of the good characters there.
No.
So it's just Maul and it's a low relic Maul.
We could always try what Boba Fett Han Chewie against that, or he failed against my he's got 2-shot profundity. He's trying Executor. Oh.
Well, yeah, that's a shitty place for Hunting to fail too. That's so sad.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him because to fail with one ship left.
All right, let's
Yeah,
game this
because
out. Treya versus Maul.
how many capital ships has he got?
Well,
Five?
we-
Five?
Han Chewie the Maul team.
It's gonna be a challenge because Bo-Katan is a scoundrel. So once you hit him into DI, they'll be immune. So you'd have to be able to burst them all the way past DI
Yeah.
into the floor. What's the cron they have on there? I mean, I doubt it's anything crazy with being as level, but
Just to say, Carf, I think you've just fallen off of the actress that plays Bo's Christmas list now by calling her a dude.
Okay, so Star Killer, what are we going to do against Star Killer? I think that's got to be that's a threat and a trail. Let's start with the two toughest. We'll work our way back from there. We got to get
Well, I don't. Does Slacker do anything in threes versus Starkiller?
You can't stun, so you'd have to
Yeah.
go like what Slacker Watt armor or some shit like that.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
And it's got the cron.
Something's nagging at the back of my head about using Slacker against that and losing my shit for losing.
Yeah, it doesn't work really well because you
No.
can't stun, and then you just get beat down into oblivion.
Mm.
Where is my boy?
Did he have another fail? He did have another fail on ships. Well, they're not having a good day.
So C Watt is a common counter. GML. First Order does beat it, but I guess it's hard to say what cron's being used, and I don't have GAC insight. Apparently, there's a 70% win rate with CLS.
The CLS on that
No, CLS Chewie 3PO.
against what?
Yeah, that's what
Star
I
Killer
tend
team?
to use against Star Killer. Yeah, just
Yeah.
kill Mara Jade. Just treat it like a TW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kill her.
I'm
Kill
down for
her.
that.
Kill
I'm down for that.
Palps. Kill Star Killer.
Well,
or Star Killer kills himself.
It's CLS, Chupio, 3PO,
Yeah, it's the
which
Chupio card.
I'm curious how that one
Mm.
functions.
Yes. Yes.
But it's
Nice.
a 10% higher win rate than the other one is.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I would assume Mara's still the same issue.
We just have to kill Mara.
Kill Mara and then deal with the other
Yeah.
one.
All right, fuck it. Let's go.
But it's a 70% win rate, and it's not a GL, which is what we're hoping to alleviate.
Ooh, that's a good word. You've had your coffee.
I have.
Well, that's free shots there.
How did you know?
Do I want to change stance here? Free
No. Don't change stance. Just stripper crit immunity away. And our
Now
buffs.
we'll blind them.
Yeah. Blinded by the light.
Revved up like a douche. You know that. That didn't do anything.
There we go.
That
Come on,
didn't do
come on,
anything.
come on, come on, come on,
Come on.
come on.
Get her, get her, get her, get her. Okay,
Get back
good,
tomorrow.
good. Yes. The flesh. Ah.
And again, this is why I don't understand why people put CLS Chupio Kron on defense. It does so many good things on offense. I don't get it.
Sunderland just scored.
He got rid of one of his other fleets.
Yeah, he got rid of profundity, I think, when we go low.
But you're still up 2 banners. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, dude.
See what he's doing over here.
It's
No,
such a good feeling.
Oh,
knowing
he took
that
out
you can...
Executor, but it didn't go very well for him. It wasn't a lot of banners. I can't
click
scroll
the middle. Click the middle between the two
up. Yeah, I got
ships.
it. Okay, so he
There you
took out
go.
Executor, but man, that all came out. All right, and he's
Thank you
got,
for that tip.
yeah, he's going out there and
Yeah. If you click in the middle, it'll work, which is hard to do on your phone, but it's still doable.
That's what she said. All right, so that helps us out. Now we can use Treya against Maul.
Trey against Maul, which means we can use Slacker solo versus that, which then means we can use C
Yeah.
versus
Treya.
Treya.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's that lot taken care of, and then you can go and womp something down south.
Yeah, the back wall is trash besides his Hondo team.
Oh yeah, no, I clocked all the womper fodder down there.
Nihilist, and we're gonna put Savage in here. I like this combination a little bit more than Scion.
Well, it's because Savage actually takes a beating and Scion requires there to be debuffs. So it's like when you rely on your opponent having pain to gain your 100% defense. If they made pain a locked buff, then it would be fine. Yeah, this should be
Kill them dead.
This should be a joke. Because he shouldn't be able to touch Savage.
Big hit here, isolate.
No, isolate him because what will happen is he will remain being the healthiest and he'll taunt, and then you can go deal with Bo-Katan. Hey, just because the actress who plays Bo-Katan is a hottie doesn't mean that the character we use in her game I can't talk shit about.
I'm glad we had a discussion about books over the televised or visualized thing earlier.
He did whistling birds.
He went to go take a poopy. Pew.
Was she in Battle? No, she wasn't. Was she in Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
She has a topless scene somewhere.
Mm.
No, that's in the Riddick movie.
Yeah. Sorry, I just know I've
she's
seen.
She's in. Oh, she of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Talks about her
There we
brown
go.
chocolate nipples.
Yes.
All right, and we'll put a Kron on here. I don't think we need a Kron. Do we need a Kron? We need a Kron.
I mean, I don't think wildly no.
Fuck it.
No. This is going to be.
Because we're gonna poke Revan, and then it's game over.
Yeah. See, I did a video years ago. Well, it seems like years ago, just about the honesty of Slacker.
Well, I mean, just hands down, he's one of the best. One of the best
Yeah.
GL. I mean, and the thing, the same thing can be said for Ray. It's like everyone says
No,
Ray is trash. No, no,
she's
no.
not trash. She's just very confusing with all the stupid mechanics around her.
Yeah, but she
You
is.
can
She
kill
is.
her, you can't kill her.
Well, now with Ben, yeah, now with Ben, it's really really obnoxious. But I
Mm.
mean, overall, um,
All right,
to
so
step
he's
on him, I think. No, Desi, I'm part of the 2% that wants her to sit on my face.
You see,
he got through ships.
ironically, I'm actually using her for my um climbs, my arena climbs,
Versus
and
what?
she versus JMK and LV and Reaver,
Under which lead?
Ray lead.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, the Reaver. The Reaver's normally under the Reaver under an LV lead,
Yeah,
and she just whirlwinds Reaver, and that's dealt with.
yeah.
And I'm running Ray, Cal, Ben, JTR, and Molly whopping Ray. She doesn't do much, but we're under the Cal DC.
All right, so
As
we'll
I,
do
I looked, I'm the
this.
only one in the top 50 running Ray.
Oh, let's see.
Should be fine. I mean, I could go Watt here if I wanted to.
I mean,
Desi says that you want Katie to step on you.
I know it does. He said. I said I think she was. I'm part of the 2% that wants to have her sit on her face, my face.
Do we want Watt
From that
here or
No. I
no? I don't
mean,
think we don't need
no,
it.
because you're just gonna link Treya or you're gonna link
Sabaj and
Savage and Nihilus and then get to your alt and
yeah, then bye bye Birdie.
yeah, you're not gonna. They're not gonna.
Yeah, I don't think we're. I think
As
we're
long as
fine.
you get the two to sit there, you should be fine. You should be fine. Famous last words.
I know, right? You.
1A.
But yes, I've got all the new Cal teams at all the new Cal characters at R8. Because why not?
Yeah. Oh, fun. I mean, I've only got one, and it's not R8, but
Well, I mean, I've been hoarding on this for a while, but it's the one thing I like to, casually remind people of is that my account's in a completely different place than 90% of the people in this game. It's like literally I have nothing else to work on in between new characters being released. Just straight up nothing.
yeah.
So all I can do in the interim essentially is hoard, right? So it's like Desi,
I
it's a quote from one of the interviews that she did a while ago. I'll send it to you.
haven't had a look at your account. Is everyone Relic?
Yeah, everyone's relic. I have nothing below.
Okay.
I have nothing below relic 1 in my account besides Riva right now.
Hi,
Right.
Treya.
I haven't gone that far.
Hi, Treya.
So it's to the point where I just don't have anything else to really work on, and so I can relatively hoard mats with ease, and it's just basically my whims that get me into trouble more than anything else in this game. Where I'm like, this character would be really cool at R8, and then I'm like, oh shit, I need characters like R8 requirements coming up for Leviathan. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I need to dip into that 500 crystal relic map
So
bundle
he's
thing
still
at the
got
moment.
the
Do a few of
south to
those
deal
ready
with.
for Reaver.
Check my energy here real quick.
Where did I put that?
It was mean to me though. It was dropping me hundreds and 25s. Basically, the lowest it will drop.
Yeah. Some days it's really just like, really, guys, I don't like this. Can we get back
Yeah.
to better scores? No, you
That's
can't.
I get the message. I'm leaving it alone.
All right,
I'll come
we've
back later
got
when
the
you're
same
being nice to me.
same stuff that they just faced. We have to face. So, um,
So you're going to Empire Profundity. What?
first order negotiate the executor.
Where's
Malevolence, the negotiator.
Yeah.
We'll come back to this.
Yep.
I mean, we're in a good position. We've already cleared the tough stuff, and then we just have all this stuff down here to deal with.
Well, has he attempted anything in the
south?
your south wall yet?
I have not. Go find out.
Because I mean, clearing the 2 front walls, you're already ahead by almost 100
Oh
banners.
yeah, look! Oh, look what got me a hold on defense.
Hondo.
We're looking pretty good. All right, let's deal with this first. Okay.
That's because he failed on ships. He should have gone south before he went to ships. In hindsight.
Well, that's
So
what I
you're
was
gonna-
saying. As he wasn't planning on clearing. Because it's like, why do you ever clear north first if you're gonna try to clear the board?
Mm.
Because it's
That
like
makes
it's
sense.
just a destined for failure at that point because you're gonna take away teams that you need.
Only time I dip into north is if I can see an obvious like Wampa or something.
We
where I
could
can get
Wampa the
68
Grievous
or
team,
69 banners.
or the new team, whichever
Yeah.
one you guys want to do.
Or the Adrad team.
I
There's
think
no
we
tank
bounty
there.
hunter that one. I don't, or
Yeah.
Jedi
Oh,
that one.
yeah, no. I Adrad.
Well, the team is the
no, I
dash
don't.
team.
I
I'm trying to
Wampa
figure
it.
out what do we want to use against the dash team. I do have Inquisitors.
What we got?
Well, you need to lock him down, or you need to
We have Han and
Hondo
Chewie.
you might just want to go Han Chewie. He doesn't have the Vandor Kron and Vandor can't revive Han. Not Han, Jesus Christ. Hondo.
We could go Bam Han Chewie here.
I
don't have dash.
No dash, or that's unfortunate. What other scoundrel leaders do we have?
Boba Fett's always really good, or it's Wedge, but I don't like Wedge. I mean, it's more
I would, man, yeah, because you're not going to use Bam anywhere else, so
no.
I'd be fine with this.
Resistance penetration. We'd like armor penetration, but we don't have it. And that's my Wampa Kron thing. No, that's my Wampa. Ah, fuck it.
Yeah. If it fits.
R9 death room guaranteed for Leviathan, right? We don't know yet. Right.
No, it's not guaranteed.
You know, let's go after Vandor. Or do we just want to get Hondo out of there? I think we just get Hondo.
Get Hondo. You don't want him to stack. You don't want him to stack. Just kill Hondo.
Don't want to do Whistling Birds right now.
No, just basic. Just keep, because you just want to get, oh, Chewie's days. That's unfortunate. Because, yeah, that's going to get really annoying to DI. Yeah. Oh, because you cleanse them anyways. All right, now that Chewie's unlocked, we should burst through this. Just keep.
There we go.
Yeah. And then just deal with Vandor after this, and then you're set. Yeah, Hondo has so many annoying things in his kit that just drive me up a wall that I keep forgetting about. Like, I'm just like, oh, right, you do things besides the Datacron.
Yeah.
Look at that. Crushed it. Fight's over.
All right, who do we want to use Wampa on? I'll use Bounty Hunters against Adrad. Because that way we have
well,
the
Wampa would crush
Grievous.
the Phasma team, or the Grievous team.
or the new
Well,
team.
hold on. Check the cron on that before we
Grievous?
commit to that.
And Grievous
yeah.
or who?
Both. I mean, either or. Technically, Wampa should win either, but it's just depends on what yeah, that might get a little out of hand.
We can always Jedi Revan that if we wanted to.
Yeah, I would do just Wampa versus the Phasma team and call it a day.
Then okay.
Because it's going to be a guaranteed one shot no matter what, and I'd rather take the 58, 59 points off of that than try to fight
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah, Mr. Gnarly with damage immunity is no fun. I need to get some more UFO datacrons.
Ufu, some more Ufu.
UFO, but
Woo.
this is the second time. This conquest is the same datacron set, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the second one.
Yeah.
So then the last conquest of Fury will be
You
the
want to come and
next
say hello to
set 9.
YouTube? I can't see you.
Moms was angry.
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah, you got to be a lot closer because it's noise cancelling.
Okay.
Hello, Fair Maiden Huntington.
Oh, you just got called Fair Maiden Huntington. Yeah, they call me Michael Huntington the Third. Well, the third. Yeah.
He hasn't made any other attempts here.
Yeah, Helenix, I'm with you all the way. I don't love datacrons by anything, but the unfortunate part in this game is that they are required for all PvP aspects. And if you can't get your head around that, then you just need to go to a guild that doesn't care. But if you want to keep progressing your account at a meaningful pace, you have to be get on board with datacrons. Which that actually stacks out with the recent survey that came out a little while ago, which is basically so many players interact with datacrons because they have to.
All right, so we want to go Aura, Mando,
Or a Mando Boba.
Boba.
Sign of Django. Sign of
Son of
Django.
Django.
Sign
Oh,
of
no.
Django.
That's not what I don't want to talk about it. There's someone else.
Mr. Payout.
You have to use an ability
And it's
10
like, oh, you
times.
saw it.
But you watched the video.
Oh, but
Oh.
it was so bad. I
Okay.
sprayed a whole 25 bullets, did not hit the guy once.
Oh, you sound like a stormtrooper.
Yeah. And then, no, I redeemed myself for that because I do better than the people that come. But, Christ,
All right. Use their abilities.
I was so embarrassed. I'm a red in the face. My face blushed at fucking
Fortunate.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. This isn't going well.
Did you hear any? You didn't hear any of
This
that.
is not going good. We got ability blocked and we're basically toast. Yeah.
Huh.
No, didn't go quite that good.
No, it didn't, did it?
Look like I got the hell out of there. And it's in the endless
I
list.
swear he's playing Valiant, and she was blushing because she sprayed 20-odd shots and didn't hit anything. Which is why I said, oh, you're like a stormtrooper.
Well, I guess we...
That's how I play all my FPS games. Accuracy by volume.
Accuracy by volume.
Well, either we go Bad Batch here against them, or we go... Or... I think we Bad Batch them.
Well, you'll need to Bad Batch it because it's going to be the easier one to do.
Yeah.
Banana.
We kind of got a little cheap there with that counter, but I was like, if I can pull it off, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Yar. Yar. Well, the Aura one's really hard to pull off without a mass assister. You need Bosk and you need Grief.
I was really being cheap with that, so don't have a Datacron anymore, so let's just go battle.
Good news is, after the next conquest, you'll have enough Datacrons.
No, definitely a lot of Datacrons.
Thank God you resisted all the shitty stuff. Yeah, I'm a massive proponent of if there's ever potency on a Datacron set, get some for Bad Batch. They are so pitiful. It's like so sad that they get so much potency from everything, and yet AdRat just like, You wanted to inflict a debuff? I don't think so. Well, that's no bueno. Come on, go and get it. Oh, all right, we're gonna flop that back around. Perfect. All right. We need to get to kill an ad rat here pretty quick.
I'm working on it.
Basic, just basic her face. Or we don't. Or we continue not to. All right, you got lucky with a stun there, buddy. I don't know where that stun came from, but you got lucky. She was on her AoE team or move, so she could have brought somebody back.
All right. I have Brain Inquisitor, and what else we got here for this?
You got
Jedi
lots.
Revan, Grand
We got
Inquisitor,
Revan, you got
JTR.
Inquisitors. Yeah, I mean, all we just don't want to do is clean this up. We just don't want to be sloppy.
All right. So
So, I
who do you want
mean,
to use GI against, and who do you want to? I guess we use Jedi Revan against the Grievous team,
yeah, that would
and
work.
GI versus the Newt team.
Yeah, that would work. I don't know what the Jango Fett cron, the pity cron for Jango Fett. Some days with CG, I'm just like, why do you just make trash ones that we have to roll away from? Why can't you just make like moderately okay ones? Like even like the Ben Solo one, even though it's kind of trash, it's still moderately okay. And then it's just like you're like staring at like the half a separate ones. You're like, even the Tuscans. Oh, well, you cared about all of these characters. Django, Newt's tier meter. Newt's turn
I got
meter.
the bend, the cow, and the fulcrum, and I only ever use the cow.
Yeah, well, it's threes. You use them a lot more. It's like threes. I feel like I don't have enough, and then I get to fives, and I'm like, oh, I've got everything. I'm good for like a week and a half. No, just keep basicking.
Yeah, we're just gonna basic again.
Basake. Yeah, just try to get rid of the useless turd that is B1. But I would torture Django.
Oh, well, here in a second because I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that'll work too. Just trying to keep his rocket from getting
Yeah,
to your face.
rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air. Now we can go torch them.
Yeah. Newt, nobody wants you. Everybody wants me. I have no idea. LBC Rob. No idea what he has got left. That's the other thing I hate about like helping people's account, like with other accounts. Like I've got no idea what you have or how you have them modded. And so it's like I'll recommend a team and they're like, it didn't work, you suck. And I'm like, okay, well, if you had 20 more speed on your character, like you should when you mod this character, we wouldn't have this problem. It's like when we offer like counters in TW and people are like, well, I couldn't do it, so this counter sucks. And I'm like, so did you use a Datacron? Well, no, I don't have any. Okay, well, what's the relic level on these characters? Well, like level 3, because it doesn't matter because I don't have Datacron. And I'm like, okay, what team did you fight? Well, that's that full R9 team. Well, can you see why this could have gone wrong? Like, I don't want to be a complete dick to everybody, but some days I'm just like, when we tell you to fight teams that are relic comparable, it doesn't mean like 5 to 9 is comparable. Like 1 to 5, you can kind of get away with being off to a couple relic levels. Once you push past relic 6, that doesn't exist anymore. You can't just float by. R9s add so much defense to tanks. It's like it's another world. Go kill the Count of Dooku's. You should have marked him, actually, is what you should have done there.
I was waiting for Grievous.
I'm just here to backseat drive the crap out of you, okay? Yeah, and that's why you shouldn't have waited for Grievous. I'm not here to be helpful, I promise you. You know, Ray Rock, what is common is that line. I hear that line about every time someone says common sense. Ooh. Yeah, the Wednesday nights are hard to get a hold of for GAC, and then Friday nights I'm just not gonna. It's just Rangers got something else going on now, so it's just. And then I don't like threes to begin with. I hate helping with threes. I hate threes so much. It's like Ram was always like, "Well, why don't you come help me on threes?" I'm like, you know why? I don't need to sit there and listen to you rage for an hour to get 3 battles done. Like, I don't care. And I don't even care about the battles.
All right, now we just got ships. He may have said F this.
Well, he might have. He might just seeing how much you're dropping to see how well he has to do, because he might have already screwed himself because he didn't drop any of the battles north, right?
Yeah, and
The
ships and
fact
stuff.
that he's still facing 2 GLs says to me that I think you've got this one.
Yeah.
Well, he had what? He had JMK, Jabba, and Lord Vader on defense.
Yeah.
And he's
Mhm.
got, and then he had Star Killer and Trey atop. So he's got C, Slacker, Ray, and JML for offense.
Against Ray and Lord Schmader. It's not
Yeah.
ideal.
So it's like, if he's not sure he can beat your Lord Vader with, yeah, it'll be because a lot of people are using Ray for the mirror matches now because it's the cleanest one tap. But
All right, what are we using here? Is it Tarkin or is it Chimera against Profundity? I'm having a brain fart.
Tarkin,
Then we want to
Tarkin,
go.
always Tarkin versus Rebels.
And then what are we going here? Sorry, I'm.
Are we trying to split the Empire team for 2 counters or just one man
We
banding
can
it?
if you want to. If you want to try, I'm down to try.
I mean, I just don't know the split. That's all
I-
I'm trying to say. So, like, I know what teams are used, but I don't know. I don't know which
if we
ones
want to go
are.
hard here and then do First Order against Executor and then Malevolence against Negotiator.
Is it triple attack here, Executor? Is it
no,
it
it's
standard?
normal. It's standard. That's why I said, oh, we can First Order that.
Let's do First Order versus Executor first and see if we can one shot it,
Okay.
because that'll tell us if we need to split. Well, that's because Helen X A had I know I'm not going to step on Rangers' toes, and B, we're both not that fussed about winning, so it's easier to be more jovial versus
Yeah.
sweaty tryhards.
No, I mean, I just don't. I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm literally, depending how the next season of fives go, I will probably be demoted to Kyber 2 at some point.
Yeah. All right. First, we want to do fifth on him.
Yeah.
Ellen
Then
X is
you're
talking
gonna
about
do
messing up
basic on
curtains at the moment.
him. Then you're gonna do the thing on the tanky tank. Then we want to give turn meter back to everybody because that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Nope.
I hit the
Nope.
wrong
That was
person.
that was a mistake.
That was a mistake. Now we lose.
Maybe.
Well,
We'll see how that.
Okay, now we want to
No,
do
no, no.
this.
You
I got to
gotta,
get that
yeah,
on him. Yeah.
yeah. Got
We
a
lost
Billy
the
block
tank,
now.
but now we have to go.
We lost the tank.
All right, big hit.
Yep.
Back to him.
Flip it. Do it again.
All right, let's bring in Special Forces.
Yep.
Get him at least off the board. Call and assist our buddy. There we go. They're bringing you. We're going to target you next. We can live. We're not living.
Yeah.
I got to do this though.
Yep. Well, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we do call and assist here.
Yep. Over there.
Hope we get a stun. We did. That's so helpful. Basic here. I want to get target lock. Didn't get target lock. And he healed him. That's not good. Uh-oh. Hang in there, buddy. Oh, no, he's gonna die.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is gonna go. And this is what happens when you make one misplay versus this counter.
No, I thought I was clicking the shuttle, but it ended up being the.
I know. I hate that they look so similar in profile. Yeah, Wolfman, I hear you. I'd be impressed if you get any other ships out of here by the time they ult in your face.
Oh, I'm for sure.
I read that and I'm like, 5'9". That's not bad. And then I realised that he was talking GP.
Yeah. I know, it's so crazy because everyone's like, they talk about from their perspective, and I understand what's going on, but like for me, I'm just like, I average like 1.5 million GP increase in my account every year. I don't have your guys the same problems, which I try to be respectful of when I answer questions because I don't
But
I don't have this issue. So
you're Kyber 1, aren't you?
yeah, I'm the top end of Kyber 1,
So-
which now feels like
So
not very
you're
impressive.
just playing the same people week in, week out.
Well, I'm not top end. I'm not like top 25 consistently. I
Let's,
bounce too much for that.
Let's
Yeah,
malevolence
well,
the negotiator, and then we'll come back to
if
this.
you
other
stay in
stuff.
there long enough, you will be.
Oh yeah. I mean, the number of players in Kyber 1 now is like under 500.
That's pretty brutal.
Leaderboards right now, where am I at? Because I'm 3,800, which is about 150-ish points above. The top end of Kyber is like 4,340, which is 500 points, but like literally you break into the top 25, you're into the 3,900s. Top 50 is still 3,900. Where is who falls out? Where does, because like 3610, right, is the cutoff for Kyber 1, somewhere right in there.
Yeah.
So we have got a guildmate that's just ahead of that. Profile stats. Will you tell me what his ranking is in Kyber?
Big better move.
Nope. Tell me ranking, but not his.
He's campaigning for Poggle to get a ship now for Elix 70.
Yeah, so I'm only 180 points up from Kyber the threshold, and I'm like 215.
Yeah, it's going to be very messy when it gets to being that condensed that everyone's frantically trying to stay in there. Not the ones that are falling out and not trying, but.
Yeah, well, it's just there's no point in being a sweaty tryhard anymore, because even in like where I'm at, is if you're not constantly being a sweaty tryhard and getting tons of good datacrons and so many other things, you can't stay competitive. Like the people at the top of Kyber 1 they have 60 level 9 datacrons. They've re-rolled hundreds of times for the perfect stats on every cron. They are spending in there, a lot of these people are doing like just they're buying the Conquest Plus pass. They're doing 6 to 9 refreshes a day in Conquest. They're buying out the store every time to roll a new datacron to see if it gets better than the previous one.
Oh, TW's up.
Just,
oh, we should go do that real quick. Well, let's do this. Let's finish this up, and then we go run TW for the.
have we made an announcement yet?
Yeah, I
I
just saw
haven't
it.
paid attention.
All right. So what do you want to use here? Do we want to split up Empire here? So, if we do, how do we want to do this?
Oh my god. What else do we have? What do we have left to? Let me actually get to your right screen. What do we have
We
left to
have a
attack with?
leftover rebel fleet, and we have the resistance left over for cleanup.
Okay. So I believe
Shuttle Gauntlet
it's been so long since I've
and
done it.
GI
What?
starting, and then
It's
Yeah.
Scythe, Shuttle, and Gauntlet, I
Gauntlet.
believe,
Yeah.
in the front, and then you bring in Bomber, right?
Yeah,
And
bomber, and because we need the others for
yeah, the Empire fleet.
yeah, because you need Vader and TIE fighter along with
Uh,
Sith trooper bomber, right? The defender and this, but I don't remember what the
So
other.
you switch over to Sith now, and we're not going to now bring in.
No, we're not going to bring the Sith bomber in here.
No. Oh. Where's Maul's on defense, is he?
No, I used them with
you used it with the other one.
malevolence.
Ah, missed it. Right, my bad.
Executor, screw executor. So it's wow, it's just really a 4-man ship. It's just Shuttle, Gauntlet, and Scythe with bomber
See,
reinforcement.
I'd take JC in there just for the fact that you can bring an assist in and boost everyone up if
Yeah,
you
we'll just play
really.
safe.
Yeah, but this should be
JC is such a good little
it should play the same way the other one works.
plug and play.
Well, we'll play it slow here because my brain's mushy right now. A lot of shoeys.
Lots of shoeys.
We're at
Well, we're
Imminent
going
next
all
week.
in on the Y-wing, right?
Yeah, well, you have to. You can't get around them.
So we want to go big hit here.
No, you want to do you?
I think
Yeah.
you want to.
You cleansed.
Well, we got shuttle that can do some stuff. They're going after the first.
Well, you need them to kill one of the.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We
AOE.
need to make
Yeah.
space.
Big hit here. Or
Just
basic?
basic. Basic here. We just need them to kill. Yeah. We need them to kill something is what we need to have happen. Very quickly.
There we go. And then we can bring in
Bomber.
bomber.
This will shut down their assist, and then we just go from here. We just start picking out the tanks. Nope. Just basic. Basic
on the first one.
Basic. Basic again would have been a good idea.
I did. Let's put this on bomber.
No. Use the middle ability first.
Okay, that cleanse.
Dispel their buffs, and then you gain the buff. You do a lot more damage now. So you use hit up with that. We just need to start hopefully killing something here soon.
Let's drop the fire again.
No, you want to wait for the reinforcements. You want to wait for the burning to go away before you start putting it back out there. We just need to get.
Well, we're gonna take out bigs there.
So on his next turn, we'll use the burn. Use that on the bomber. Yeah. Go. Good fear. Wiggle.
Okay, let's bring in.
Okay. You don't. Yeah, bring in JC. Might as well. You don't really need the protection recovery, but the assist on this would be nice. Call bomber to assist or shuttle. One of the two. He's got tenacity up, so it doesn't really. Oh, you can't avoid it. Basic.
Now we want to burn, right? Because they don't.
Now we want to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
They don't have burning anymore, so we want to strip them and make them so they can't assist. Get rid of that. They misplayed because they didn't reinforce. Get rid of Phantom. Yeah, that's good. Good up. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Basic. Boom. We're done.
74, not bad. It's a very the fight when you're doing it's just like what the.
It's a clean fight. It just you have to the whole fight comes down to literally do they kill the TIE fighter before you get to your reinforcements? If they
Yeah.
don't and you get stuck, it's really crappy. But the AI appears to be going after the TIE fighter. They apparently putting in the TIE fighters things for them to go after enemies under certain health thresholds, and they're actually following through with it now. So it's been somewhat tolerable.
We want Sith Bomber in here now. Then we want.
You need Interceptor and Defender.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm.
We'll throw you in there as well.
Because you need Defender first.
Yeah, Defender's
to
got to come.
stunlock.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
Defender to come in first. So, all right.
Who's tagging me?
I struggle if they're not in the right order. I need to call them. I always call the wrong ship, especially those two poxy first order TIE fighters.
All right.
They're different
Bring in
different
Defender.
shades.
When it's Stunhound's Tooth,
Yep.
we'll go after Dingleberry.
I get rid of IG first, and then from there
Yeah.
it should be.
Oh. Let's heal.
Yeah, not a bad shout.
Have a little hill. A little hill action. A little hill. A little hilly.
Bye bye.
Little hill.
Gone.
Little hill. How about
Now
a little
now
hill?
we're-
How about a little hill?
Now we're stuck behind that, but that's fine. This is
Let's
fine.
just shoot. Oh, come on. You got to do better than that, Defender. Let's bring in Hugh now.
Yeah.
This should be
It's
game over
going.
pretty much now.
Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew.
I mean, he has no other reinforcements, so the fight's pretty much shot at this junction. He's got nothing else that's gonna deal with this. So, like the
I've
only
won
way that
with this when he's actually blown my ship up and it still wins. So
yeah.
you're
Well,
good.
that's why the Profundity has that that clause in there that they get the stranded debuff. So even if you call the all, it makes the ship just ends up dying faster and faster and faster. So it's like it's designed to make it so that even if you get rid of it or whatever else, you can't. The odds of you clearing it after that are super low.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And he's already had 2 drops. He dropped one on ships where we're even there. He's already dropped battles other places. So, and I just don't think they have enough to do it. So, yeah, not bad. All right. We'll go do a couple quick TWs for you guys, and then we'll get out of here. Pretty simple. Not bad.
Yeah. LBC, how I keep up with the Datacron stuff is just partly is being willing to spend on the Datacron sets. That's a part of it. I spend somewhere between $50 to $100 every Datacron set.
Let's look for,
Usually on data cache for leveling up, and then the when every conquest comes out, I am doing 6 refreshes minimum a day to get through conquest as quickly as possible, so that the remaining 12 days I am constantly farming Datacron materials every day, and then doing the big battles that I have to do. If I can do them on a Datacron node, I will. If I can't, then I'll find nodes that I can. And then that's pretty much all I'll end up doing. It's 14 days straight of 36 battles, and that's how you
Conquest 4 bonus node.
What do I
it depends on what I need, but yeah, for the most part, that's what I farm the most consistently, because I don't have a
And
problem.
that seems to be the main part, doesn't it? Because you need all those number 2s or whatever.
The number 2s.
I'm
Yeah,
going
the
in
2s
after
and
Grand
3s.
Inquisitor with the trade team. Let's do this.
There you go. I'm proud of you, Ranger.
I'm gonna do some more for. Yeah, we'll do they'll do the bounty hunter cheese next. Let's see if we can.
I'll do 3 and 4, but 3, it's like it depends on the teams I have available. That's the big thing, because the 3 one is always kind of feels like a little
3 is Night Sisters. with
yeah.
Merrin.
So depending,
It works so well, especially if you get that bonus thing. But you
Yeah.
get 10
Well,
wins there.
So it's doable, but it's just one of those things where it's like you kind of have to bounce back and forth a little bit on who to do what kind of thing, right? So
Mm.
um, it's not like it's impossible or it's even that challenging. It's just one of those things where you're kind of stuck. Certain teams don't beat after certain
Okay. My
health
caveat, because
thresholds.
obviously the other thing that we always have to factor in, and I'd forgotten, is what datacrons or whatever the hell we call them in thing we
Yeah.
get all those bonuses. Because for me, it's get booming voice as quickly as possible, and then Eddie Nasty's like course to commissions and whatnot. So then just slap a load of those, and you're golden because you're going to group attack every time you lead
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah, if you can get them, it works. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's depending on what team I have available for things and whatever else, that always dictates what node I'm farming. But usually it's 2 or 3 depending on what I need. Because basically I get to a certain threshold because you only need 1,000 or you only need 100 Mark 1s to get a level Datacron level 3, and then you're done. You never need it back. And if you ever disassemble a level 9, you get 300 Mark 1s back. So you kind of get to this point where they'll cycle
Your
back
final.
fairly quick.
Yep, that's why it's 2s and 3s and
Yeah.
maybe currency and datacrons.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wail on is the data cache currency itself, because it costs basically as much to buy the data cache pack, unless you get like the absolute shitty end of the rolls, like the 250s on everything. It costs basically as much data cache or crystals to buy that as it does to do that many battles to equal as much. So it's like, what's the point? Like, I'm not saving. All I'm doing is saving myself time and not spending time farming data cache, and I'm farming upgrade materials, which are the most expensive thing to buy in the game. Like Mark III upgrade materials, you would be better off. You'd be better off doing 3 refreshes at the 200s than you would buying 25 Mark III Datacron upgrade materials. And that's the thing I constantly run into with people in Datacrons. They're always like, well, if I just need them, I'll get them from the shipment store. You realize what a bad deal that is, right? Like, you'd be better off just wailing while Conquest is active. And then it's an annoying part, but they're in the southern zone.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing, is the Conquest itself is the cheapest place to farm the materials, even going up to like 9 refreshes a day. So it's very hard to get the value to translate anywhere else in the game. And so
and we need that ship.
Well, that'd be interesting. Team Lord Vader versus all the Inquisitors. I've never fought.
It sucks, dude. It's
and of
trash.
course
they're so weak.
There will be. I mean, I know that I can't include everyone in this because everyone's at a different stage in the game, but there will be a lot more players with either a full relic Tusken squad now or the best.
I mean,
part of one.
you to a degree, anybody who has basically all the GLs, you have already 40% of the team.
Yeah.
The sole fact of what the Tuskens add, even at like low relics, they're worth getting, in my opinion, because they just are such a pain of a team to work around inside of TW or even GAC, because any team that taxes a turn a ton or gives tons of turn meter, it just gets locked down. I mean, and it's nice to have an option. I mean, it's just going to be fun, and for now, it's fun on defense because it's new, and later it'll be an offensive team that people get to use to go screw with people. The good old days.
Yeah.
But
I think I want to go big hit here because
I faced a chieftain with Dad Boba and the other one with
warrior.
warrior with the whichever one that it has with the tank.
Yeah, get rid of
Oh my
yeah,
god.
that'll work, yeah. Just get rid of oh god. Eat all the hits, boss.
Ooh.
I'm still gonna
Oh
put this
no
on Fennec.
DI on no on Bosk.
All right.
He will die on this next turn if you don't DI him. Kick Fennec, kick. All right. Phew. All right. He still has his AoE. There's that. All right, now we get rid of Maul. Pew! Kick him in the face. Grab his dick and twist it. That is like hands down the funniest meme that keeps coming across my desk every time. Like everywhere it comes out, I'm just like, oh my god, this.
Hang on,
Love it.
that one. Does he have one?
Well,
Where was he cutting off?
that's fair.
So if he does, it's metal.
I mean, hey, listen, we've got attachments for everything these days.
Well, yeah. I'm just pointing out that the chances are.
Yeah, the
No
chances
wonder he's
are
angry.
it's there.
I mean, no wonder he's really angry now.
Yeah.
He was angry. He's really angry. Who cut my penis off?
Well, that's why he hates Kenobi. That's why he lived through all that.
Why do
all
I
that
rust
anguish.
every time I pee?
Oh my god. Mike out here asking the hard-hitting questions.
You angry because he cut off his willy?
The deep dissecting why Darth Maul is actually upset in lore.
Versus
Took
GG
an hour.
use gas. Okay,
Reporting
I
on.
will go use gas versus GG. That's what the guild requires, and I'm going to go do it.
Well, the GG Omi.
Oh, didn't say GG Omi. It just says GG use gas.
Well, yeah, because I think every GG team they have has got the DDK Omi.
This one doesn't.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. I'm
I'll
sorry,
I'll
I'm
take on this
switching
one.
between phone and.
Well, no. You want to use gas versus the GG Omi. You don't want to use it otherwise.
No.
Okay, so I'll use it against
because it's just super overkill. Yeah, you want to use the Omi because the DDK revives everybody. So if you use gas, they can't be revived.
Let's see. Protection here.
Does that one happen on me?
Yeah.
No, Ranger, what are you doing?
This one had the Omicron.
Yours doesn't have an Omicron.
No,
I'll put it.
there's only Zetas on there. Look,
Yeah.
DDK doesn't have an
I thought it
Omni.
had it on there. All right, let me go look for it real quick.
No. You're
Click
welcome.
better. Click better, Ranger.
Hey,
Be better. Click
here it
better.
is. This one right here. There we go. Now
There
we
you go.
found one. All right, there we go.
Go fight
we
FUD.
All right.
We have a wiener.
I mean,
Wow,
yes.
it's not often I'm that observant.
I mean, it's hard to miss what's staring right in front of you.
You'd think. You'd
Yeah,
think.
Yeah, my wife does it every day. And she says I'm oblivious. What do you want? Well, I've got my penis out. What do you think I want?
But you always want that.
Right?
And
Right? I bought you that special pillow, okay? I was caring about your needs.
oh Sweary was sorry. I know that this is really wrong and I shouldn't be telling you this immediately after what we just discussed. But Sweary was telling me about some lawsuit, and I think it's in the States against an MRI scanning company. No, it's not against the MRI scanning company. It's against the butt plug company that stated that their butt plugs were 100% polythene or plastic.
Yeah.
And they, for some reason, and this is the bit that we can't fathom, I'm sorry, I've never seen on an MRI request that a butt plug attached or inserted is a requirement for the scan. But this person obviously wanted to wear the nice new butt plug, and apparently it had a metal core and had to be removed from their chest.
Nice. That is that is a brilliant move right there, folks. Um. Oh, Molly Wop. Yeah, you go trigger that.
It
Yeah,
couldn't have been me, Buzz. I no, I am never the voice of
I
reason.
mean, but why?
Yeah, but yes,
Like,
we couldn't work that one.
why do you have something inserted inside of you during a MRI? Like, when, you know what? I would just like to feel a little bit of something while I'm getting a freaking scan.
So,
I would like to
just
convince my doctor I've got a tumor in my ass.
just to say, from here on,
What are we
if
doing
you
here?
are asked
See?
if you have anything inserted into you before you have an MRI, you're probably now aware of why you're now being asked that question. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
They want what?
Yeah, I don't know why you would do that to yourself, to be honest. It just doesn't sound like a smart play.
I don't know. Sounds pretty smart to me.
Like I'm all for different strokes for different folks, but like, come on.
Guess we go
yeah,
Dooku
yeah.
here. I want
Yeah,
C.
go Dooku. Because
Oh,
you
fuck
can be
it.
revived by Wat Temporis.
Because the other thing is don't you have to wear a gown for an MRI
Yeah,
where your
well,
ass is hanging out? So it's really a
yeah,
case of look, everyone.
yeah. Why? I don't know, man. That's just, I don't understand why you would.
Mm.
I
I've
don't
got to
know.
be honest. I am at a loss. But just to say, if you get asked, now you know why.
Well, Buzzsaw, the problem is why that exists is not because we're technologically dumber or whatever else, even though I will agree that there are parts of that is factually true. It's the fact that we live in a world where the letter of the law is
Oh, who
vague.
do I want to link here? How about
Mm.
Ben? Like
Yeah.
Ben. And Ray? Maybe Ray? Maybe a little Ray action? What do you think? Maybe Finn? What do you think,
I
Finn?
would do
So
Ben and Finn.
Yeah, a little Finn action.
the
Get him.
buzzsaw,
They take the
I
most
would
turns.
say the buzzsaw,
Little Terminator thing.
that sedatives and sleeping pills have the warning that they may cause drowsiness. So yeah.
Well, and the thing is too is like it's because you get hit with a lawsuit where somebody takes the letter of that literally. And
Yeah.
then they have to they so like half the time these things are just precautions to protect against somebody who's just being an absolute twit.
Now oh. Sorry, you've sparked something there in me. It's the
Oh
fact
yeah?
that a lot
Was
of
it a spark plug?
yeah, which no, well, no. I'm actually going to go serious. I'm sorry for this, but a lot of people with ADD, so that's adults, yeah,
Sure.
adults tend to be ADD, adolescents, and so on are ADHD.
Sure.
But one of the key identifiers is that they operate on a literal way. So I'm just wondering whether so many legal suits have actually been brought to task by angry people who are unaware it's their neurodivergency, and if the product makers were to actually put information on there that is understandable for someone that's neurodivergent, that they wouldn't have as many lawsuits.
I
There we
mean,
go. I'll go back to messing
maybe.
about now, but
Maybe.
I just find that really interesting. I just there's yeah, I found it interesting that.
All right, we're going ultimate.
that
Let's see if we can get rid of these fuckers.
oh
Well, we
yeah,
can't get
we've
rid
got
of.
a game.
Well, we can't get rid
I'll
of
spot.
Ben,
Well, not yet. But if Ray does a lifeblood here
which she did.
and gets, which she didn't, you still have the all. I mean, so at this point, I would relink the
Well, be Holdo and Finn we would go after here instead of Ben.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Just relink those ones and we'll just kill them after this because there's no way it's gonna happen. The only thing we could do is alt now, kill the well, we already went past that. So there goes Dooku. We alt now, we kill those two,
Yeah.
and then we relink. Just keep shocking Ray. Just hit Ray
Keep
as much
Shay?
as you can.
Okay.
Yeah, because we want to keep her health low because we don't want her to come back up
Yeah.
if we can avoid it until we get relinked, which, you know, is going to be a
Next
right
move.
now.
yeah.
So you want to relink Ray and who?
Ray and Ben,
Okay.
because we want to steal her protection because she's we need it, and then we want to steal. We just want to make Ben not crit us anymore. But then we just want to keep her stuff down, so we want to try to. Well, we can't land shock. Boo. Oh yeah, this should kill Ben
Then
because
we'll
he should.
relink
Yeah.
again.
Yep. And then just relink it again, and then you should be good. Just keep shocking Ray. God, she hits hard.
Mm.
She
Because
does.
we all modded her for offense, didn't we, for so long ago?
Well, it's the cron.
And
The
sorry, I was-
5%
stacking offense is
Horde.
gets really out of control after a while. You're like, how are you doing this every time? She's like, I just keep stacking 5% of my total, not my base. So I'm gonna keep just wrecking your shit. I'm like, oh, okay, good. We cleared that up.
Unlimited power!
There we go. Loads of time to spare. Nice one.
All right. So I've taken out 4 teams. I've done my duty for King and Country.
You said duty.
LBC, all you have to do is just keep when it's Ray Ben. All you got to do is just once you hit alt, it's just keep Ray under 50% so you can kill Ben.
Yeah,
so
because when you did the ultimate, he can't resist it.
Yeah, he can't survive it. But he can't die unless he's Ray's under 50% health. So
Here we go, guys. We did a great job. We had a great stream. I think we need to end it because I got stuff to do, and it's Mother's Day weekend, and I just want to hang out with you guys a little bit longer because I won't be doing any more streams till well, we won't be doing any streams till Monday.
I think
And
I
if
think
you are,
you guys
you're probably
is
you're going to get
doing stuff.
harmed. Yeah, you're going to get harmed. So JC went well. We'll get the victory. Again, I'm going to end up like 5-4, I think, or 6-3, whatever. Again, and still being Kyber 2. You can come down and join me, Karth. It's great down here.
I will. I think
come
honestly,
on down, Karth. Mike, come on
probably,
down. Yeah, come
I'll
on down.
probably lose this.
I'm in there with you, mate.
Yeah,
we
yes.
might
Come on down, yeah.
meet at some point.
Yeah, come on down. It's the water's fine. The water's fine. Yeah. So hopefully this helps for some of your questions. We'll do GAC during Jedi Academies from now on, just so because you guys ask a lot of GAC questions. I figure we might as well do some GAC while we're doing Jedi Academy. You guys
Right,
can
and it's
see
hard
the-
to do GAC when you're just pissed drunk on a Friday night.
No, yeah.
Or something.
something. Yeah. So yeah. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy Mother's Day weekend to all the women out there. Happy Mother's Day. I already took care of my Mother's Day stuff, so I'm good to go. So glad to have you guys here. Hope you guys got some cool stuff. Learn from this with all your questions and seeing us do JC and doing, TW and seeing some of the stuff there. I'll be interested to see my new Star Killer team, how it holds up. Unless they use a jail, then it doesn't really matter. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you soon. Peace out.